do.
Wee.
Do. Rob is stuck in a fan, and there's no more bear. But we think he'll be back soon. Do. We hope.
Yep. Bear's not showed up yet, but we hope he will show up. Also, I'd like to imagine someone's like, "What is this podcast?" And they click it, and they just hear.
It's the first part.
They like skip forward like 2 seconds just to get like, oh, there's probably an ad or something. They're probably sponsored, and you just hear Rob going.
Yeah. Also, Apollo's here.
Hi.
Yeah.
Hello.
You got the old 3 guys and a dog switch up today.
Yep. It's the old switcheroo. 3 guys and a dog.
Yep. So we're in week 4 now. Going into week 4. Mamma mia, dude.
Yeah, the season's already over. What did you look at that?
As is Jets tradition.
Yeah.
I'll probably join you on that tradition this time, I think.
It's looking pretty bad for you guys too.
Yeah. And the Packers play the Steelers coming up this week. Be a good time.
Play will be a very strong use of that word.
It'll be good.
Fun fact: all of our teams except for one won or lost this week.
Oh yeah,
literally everyone's team lost
except for the good team.
Nope. Nope. Except for the 49ers literally giving them the game.
It's more like a little referee combo in there. Although
there was a little bit of ref.
It was terrible reffing on both sides. We'll get to that.
Oh yeah. We'll get to it.
So some fun news first up going into this. We've got Lions unable to trade Jamie Collins. They release him. We got Philadelphia loses starting left guard for the season. I mean, Philadelphia is probably going to also be gone for the season, just as a team.
Yeah.
Yep.
We got
Last time I ever start anyone from the Eagles.
Richard Sherman visiting with Buccaneers.
Yep.
Yeah.
So they'll probably sign some more controversial, washed up players.
I mean, everybody expected him to. You know, the thing is with Richard Sherman too is like I don't even know why our team didn't sign him. Sign him.
One.
Because our DBs suck, and like he's not like a bad CB at all. Like even though he's older,
I would argue that he doesn't want to go to the Jets.
Well, yeah, no, he definitely wouldn't want to sign here. But
I would say that the Buccaneers found out this week that you got to have a cornerback.
Yeah.
When you don't, any team can just score on you whenever they want to.
Yeah, it'll turn into a shootout.
Yeah,
and it turns out the Rams have a defense as well. So I mean, the shootout gets stopped. And
well, we got to learn how to catch the damn ball too. I mean, there's so many drop passes in that game.
Oh, tell me about it.
Fun passing leader update. So this week, like I said, Packers Steelers. Aaron Rodgers, number 7 on the all-time touchdown list at 418, 2 behind Dan Marino, 3 behind Phillip Rivers, and Ben Roethlisberger right behind him at number 8 with 399 touchdowns. So Ben could enter the 400 club, and Rodgers could move up to number 5 right behind Brett Favre.
Wow.
I don't know. I feel like he might stay at 399 at this rate.
It's
when you only pass 5 yards or less, you don't ever really make it to the end zone.
I mean, you're playing the Packer defense. We usually give up at least one terrible touchdown.
It's fair.
Did Ben just forget that Chase Claypool exists?
No, I don't think Ben can throw the ball anymore.
Okay.
Yeah, I think his arm's gone.
Yeah.
It's looking bad. Like there was one clip I saw where
one
specific clip where Ben is rolling out and there's no one around him and he just completely falls on his face just throwing the ball.
You should have seen the tweet where they put it to old-timey like music and it was roughly like 25 plus plays of just horrible football.
Yeah.
I saw the same clip. It was 4 quarters long.
Yeah.
So there's a thing on the NFL Reddit of quarterback adjusted net yards and attempts entering week 4. So on that chart, the bests are Matthew Stafford, Russell Wilson, and Kyler Murray, as expected. Teddy Bridgewater in 4th. And then, a bunch of other quarterbacks are up there. Tom Brady right next to Sammy Darnold.
Yep.
Pretty crazy.
Yeah, he's been killing it this year.
Yeah.
Weird.
Yeah. Who could have expected that?
Definitely not Jets fans.
And as everyone expects, above Justin Herbert and Aaron Rodgers and Lamar Jackson and Josh Allen is Taylor Heineke.
Yep. As everyone expected.
And at the bottom, we have Jameis Winston, Ryan Tannehill, Ben Roethlisberger, Matt Ryan, Davis Mills, Mac Jones, Andy Dalton, Trevor Lawrence, Jacoby Brissette, and Zach Wilson.
Oh.
Yeah.
Yeah.
He's pretty far down there.
Good stuff.
Yeah, it's I think our yard average per attempt thing's at 1.96, while Stafford's at 10.8. So that's the difference between first and last. It's rough time out there. So let's hop into the games so we don't go 2 hours like last time.
Yeah.
We had Thursday night football. Washington. Oh wait, hold on.
Wrong way.
Wrong way.
Uh-oh.
I was in week 2. I was like, they didn't play this week. Panthers, Texans.
Yeah, Sammy D.
Sammy D.
Talk about the man, the myth, the legend.
304 yards, and that was it.
Well, 2 rushing touchdowns.
Of a game, you could just a solid win. I mean,
yeah.
This is when everyone's like, "Yeah, I think the game's gonna go like this," and then the game just went like that.
Yeah.
Yep.
2 rushing touchdowns for him, and then the Texans with David Mills. He actually didn't do terrible, but he wasn't good. It's just 168 and a touchdown, but.
I mean, this is an odd numbered year, right? So the Panthers should make the playoffs this year or something.
Yeah, the first place Carolina Panthers.
Playoffs.
Yeah,
they're 3-0.
Yeah, they're 3-0. Sam Darnold's ahead of Tom Brady right now. Believe it or not.
Sam Darnold.
Panthers defense, I think, is pretty solid, honestly. Although they lost J.C. Horn to a broken foot, but they just traded for the Jaguars corner, so they're trying to replace him, so that could be pretty solid. And Christian McCaffrey got hurt, so that's bad.
Thanks, Coach. Appreciate it. Awesome. Real cool.
Yep. Speaking of Christian McCaffrey, who has him on fantasy? Let's just go around.
All right, good. Yep.
Speaking of which, undefeated in fantasy football, first place.
Yeah,
wow.
all right. Yep,
Whoa.
good. Yep.
I'm 2-1.
The only 3-0 team now. And then Bear and Alpaca Patrol. You got 2-1 there. Pup Eaters 2-1.
Do you happen to feel some breathing down your neck, Krendor? That'd be me.
Maybe a little bit, but it's still pretty nice top of the mountain.
Raise your
for
hand
now.
if your number 1 pick got injured in week 3. Raise your hand.
That happened to me last year, and I ended up winning the league. So I'm just saying.
There you go. It's
we had an
disguise.
I'm also just saying that I'm pretty sure that on this very podcast, I even said because I drafted him now, he's going to get hurt.
Yeah.
Yeah, probably.
You unleashed that black magic curse upon Christian McCaffrey, and I hope you're happy about that.
Yeah.
Well, honestly.
He should be happy because I still have this Invicta Lock curse for the playoffs, and it's good through the Super Bowl, so whatever.
All right.
Yeah.
Well, there's not much else about Thursday night. It was pretty much what we expected.
Yeah.
Then we had this game. Oh my God, Chargers Chiefs.
What a game!
What a game!
Oh yeah.
Justin Herbert, good at the game of football. I think we can just pretty much say that.
Yeah,
he's good at the football game.
He can throw well.
Yep.
He throws good pass.
Very far.
This was kind of a crazy game because he outplayed Mahomes, and Mahomes kind of screwed the Chiefs over because he threw a terrible interception.
Yeah, he had some bad.
I mean,
he threw a
like,
no-look interception, actually.
Yeah.
That was a bad one, but really it was just the one because
Yeah.
everyone's like, oh, you gave Aaron Rodgers too much time, you gave Tom Brady too much time. Well, they gave Mahomes way too much time,
Yeah.
and everyone's like, oh, here we go, Mahomes gonna trot down the field in 2 milliseconds and win
Yeah,
the
everyone
game.
expected it.
But then he just throws a horrible pick and the game ends. Like,
Yeah.
it was a really bad throw.
Yeah.
I mean, the Chiefs for this whole time have been playing from ahead for his whole since he's been the starter for the Chiefs. They've been
The last couple
Not
years,
that
dominating people.
playoff run they had.
Well, that's true, yeah. But it's I think it's important to know. Like, I don't think this is the beginning of the end of their window,
Oh,
or
yeah,
I don't
no.
think this is
Oh,
the end of
God,
their
no.
window or anything. But this happens to like every team where they make this big monster offense, and then a couple of years later, it starts getting a little bloated, and then guys leave, and so on and so forth. You're building new teams. Like, now's the time to see if they're gonna keep it all together and make a real dynasty out of this.
Well,
you know what I
especially
mean?
because they're hitting. This reminds me of the Packer territory. You win your Super Bowl, right? You're like, woo, dynasty, and then you try to get back and you lose to Tom Brady, and then and then your defense. I think the defense is the biggest thing. 'Cause it's giving me Packer flashbacks to like, hey, we lose 45-48, or like we lose 30-33. Oh man, it's like, can we just have a defense that like isn't bad? So
Yeah.
I think that's going to be their biggest weakness. 'Cause I mean, like, look at their losses. They lost 30-24 to the Chargers. And then last week they lost 36-35 to the Ravens. And then the week 1 win, they won 33-29. So, I mean, they're giving up 30 points a game.
Yeah.
It's not good.
That defense is not gonna. That's just not gonna cut it.
The defense just isn't good. Like I always thought that the Chiefs have been overrated ever since the Super Bowl. And
Well, I mean, their
It's
offense
still-
is still like easily one of the best.
Oh,
in the
yeah.
Because
NFL.
it didn't matter how good your defense was when your offense is putting up, 30
Yeah, that's
million.
kind of been their whole MO, though, dude. It's
If
like
you score every drive, who cares what the defense does? Just
Right,
go,
but they're
That's why
not.
they gave Mahomes $1 billion.
Yeah.
Yeah.
They're not outgunning They're not going to be outgunning any of the other teams if Mahomes keeps throwing like bad plays. Although I will say that one interception, I think it was the first quarter, was not his fault.
It was.
Yeah.
Kelsey should
No,
have
Well, he
caught
probably
that
should
one.
have been looking, but
Yeah.
but yeah, no,
Yeah.
it just bounced off the receiver's hands, didn't it?
Yeah.
Yeah. Yeah.
So it was.
I'm not saying that the Chiefs are bad. I'm saying that I just think that they've always been consistently overrated for this past since the playoff run. I mean, they destroyed the playoffs on their side, but then they come across a couple of good teams and just get rolled. I mean, they barely lost the Ravens game, right? And then Mahomes has lost out of the 12 losses total. Mahomes has lost 10 out of those when the enemy team where the opponents score more than 30 points. So he can't outgun better shootout quarterbacks.
I think he can outgun them. It's just when you get into that situation, it becomes a coin flip. Because it's not reliable enough. It's just like you'd rather, like the Buccaneers, when they make mistake, their defense holds the opposing team, right? Like last year, Tom Brady in the NFC Championship
Last year they
game.
did. This year they don't.
Well, I mean, in the championship game, he threw 3 interceptions. Like Tom Brady wasn't that good that game. There's like a couple of good throws he had, but like the Packers easily could have capitalized on those turnovers and they probably would have won the game, but they didn't because the defense was just solid. And so when you're the Chiefs and you make mistakes on offense, you're like, oh, then your defense isn't good. It's, it leads to this. But the end of the game is also a pretty big thing. It's like, oh, Chargers win, but like Chargers were up 14-3. Then they blew it, and then they get the ball, and instead of setting up for a field goal, they like start playing Madden. And they're just like, what if we just throw on every play? And it's like, what?
Right,
Was
yeah.
that? Did they ever explain that in like a press conference? Because
I don't know.
The whole going for it on like 4th and 9, that whole sequence was weird enough. But then when it worked and they could have just knelt down for a field goal. Like, why didn't they do that?
I don't know.
I don't know. Maybe
Did anyone? Because that's got to be the dumbest thing ever. Like, what was
they got some
they could have brought
contract.
it down to 1 second and then just won.
Yeah, you would think. But then, like, their kicker missed the extra point to top it off. So I'm like, do they know something we don't? Like, is he just going to miss the field goal if they go for it? I don't know. It's just, that was prime Charger football, and somehow they, like, finally flipped the script.
Yeah, that was wild.
I mean, everyone was expecting him to just throw it at that point. Like they were deliberately. It looked like they were deliberately throwing.
I mean, the second they missed the extra point, like it was like everyone's like, "Oh, here we go."
Yeah.
Like,
This is in.
Yeah. So I mean, that was
Clyde Edwards-Helaire with his first 100-yard game in forever. I think like definitely this year. He's been struggling, but I feel like he's finally, getting something done, at least as a bright spot for the Chiefs.
Yeah.
Their offense is going to be fine. I mean, let's be honest. They're not they're going to make the playoffs this year. They probably won't get a bye, but they'll be fine.
Now, this is the fun fact here. The Chiefs are now in last place. They're in last. The Raiders and the Broncos undefeated at the top, and the Chargers 2-1, and now the Chiefs 1-2.
When you say the undefeated teams out loud, it really doesn't sound right.
The undefeated Raiders and the Broncos.
What are you talking about? That's exactly what everyone.
And the Cardinals and Rams is not crazy, but
Panthers,
Raiders
Panthers.
The Darnold-led Panthers are one of the 6 remaining 3-0 teams.
Everyone. I mean,
remaining.
To be honest, I kind of expected something like that with Darnold in particular. Like I expect. I mean, I think he's probably gonna throw for like 5,000 yards and 50 touchdowns this year.
But then you say the 0-3 teams, and then you're like, oh no, that makes total sense.
Yeah.
Well, the Panthers have had a really weak schedule, though. To be fair.
Oh, for sure.
They play the Jets,
sure.
the Saints, and the Texans. I mean,
Well, we already had the one year with the Bears going, 8-0 or whatever it was.
Now it's the Panthers' turn.
Yeah, and also this is going to be, it's 17 games this year, right? So it's going to be even these games are slightly less important.
I looked at the Broncos' schedules out of curiosity, and they've only played 0-3 teams.
Yeah, that is true. Granted,
I was getting to that exact point actually, because we've been talking about the Broncos a little bit more, and deservedly so, because that defense I think deserves a lot more credit than I've been giving it. But just like you said, like their combined opponents' records so far is 0-9. We'll know a lot more about like how legit the Broncos are. When
they're 0-9 because they're playing the Denver Broncos. They keep
Exactly.
There you go. Every week.
Oh my God.
Yeah. I will say they're at least like winning like pretty substantially. Like they're not
certainly
playing close
they're
games.
having convincing victories over teams that they should be having convincing victories over. But I think this coming Sunday is going to be like a huge test, especially because they're playing at home against the Ravens team that has been kind of exposed.
Oh yeah, no, this will be a big test for them.
I mean, here's the thing: like, no matter what, whether their final record will probably be negative, but they still have one of, if not the best D lines in football. And that's scary to get, like, no matter what team you are, like, even if you have a great offensive line, you don't want to go up against the best D line, right? I mean, they're gonna make some plays no matter what.
D line right here.
Do you want to snag the segue into the Broncos game, or I don't want to throw off your groove?
No, we can't throw off the groove. We got to go into.
Let's not throw off the groove.
Speaking of teams that can't win football games, the Jacksonville Jaguars.
There's another segue.
I like that at least.
There you go. Hey, you know what? Trevor Lawrence threw a touchdown. There you go.
He kind of turned it on in the second half, dude. He had a little sequence there where he was beginning to show some light.
Yeah. I mean, the Jaguars. Yeah, they were
Like,
winning 13-7, mainly because they tried the 68-yard field goal and missed it, and then they ran it back.
That was hilarious.
Yeah, that was pretty good. So, I mean, you know, good for the Jaguars. They had some hope for a little bit. James Robinson had some good rushing.
I want to mention that, like, the 68-yarder that, you know, I'm getting kind of ahead because Justin Tucker made a, you know, NFL
66.
record 66-yarder. But if they made that 68, it wouldn't even have been the record that day. Like both teams, two teams tried for
that would have been like the most historic NFL kicking day of all time. If
that
both
would have been amazing.
I mean, there's some like irony in all of it because like Matt Prater is the one who tried the 68-yarder. He's the former Lions kicker who held the record with the Lions, and ironically, his record gets broken in Detroit.
Yeah. Actually, even without this Prater kick going through, this is already like one of the craziest kicking days in NFL.
Oh, yeah. I was going to say you're absolutely selling it short. It absolutely is the most insane kicking week of football ever because you had this wacky 109-yard return. Then you had the Falcons with their game-winning, was it like 50-yard kick?
Oh, yeah, right.
Game-winning 50-yard kick. The Ravens with their 66 game-winning yard kick. Like, my God, dude.
Yeah, it was crazy.
Shout out to
big ups to the kickers, man.
Kickers too underappreciated in the league, in my opinion.
Kickers are the best skill player on any NFL team.
I agree.
Yeah.
Go Kickers.
Go
yeah,
Kickers.
shout out to Matt Prater for attempting that while being on my team. Appreciate it.
Great stuff. In fact, the most field goals made this year are Daniel Carlson, Nick Folk, and Brandon McManus, all with 9.
Good old
Nick
Nick
Carlson for my fantasy team, dude. He was the MVP of my week according to the Snickers recap.
Oh, I think. Wow, he's 9 for 9. It's funny because I think he kicked with the Vikings. He did, and he was cursed because Vikings, and then he left there to go to the Raiders. Now he's great.
Yeah, he hasn't missed a kick all year. He did miss an extra point last game, but that's less important.
Yeah.
And you mentioned Nick Folk, who is the reason that I appreciate kickers, because he was a longtime Jets kicker, and he was money, and then they fired him for some reason, and now he's a longtime Patriots kicker. So, fuck us, I guess.
The sad thing about the Tucker kick is that it was only worth 5 points at the end of the day.
Right, yeah. Although someone on Reddit dug up a thread from like 7 years ago where there was a team that had custom settings for anything that was like 66 yards or higher. They got 180 points for it. So I think we should play with those settings from now on.
Oh,
so
yeah.
Any kick that breaks the NFL record from this point on, that should just be a game winner for your team.
Yeah.
4 million points.
Yeah. Just completely break the scoring for the entire season
That,
of the league.
the end of the season bar graph is just one long skyscraper. Everyone else.
No one else even shows up. Yeah.
So yeah, it was, Cardinals ended up winning because they're better. Although Kyler Murray, kind of a mediocre passing day, he had 316 yards and a pick, so no touchdowns. But he ran for one, and then they had a couple of running ones. So
he still did well, but certainly wasn't like a banner day for him.
And AJ Green back to life. Look at that, 112 yards, 5 catches.
Yeah, he did great.
That is great.
Trevor Lawrence did join Hall of Famers Troy Aikman and Peyton Manning in the record books as the only quarterbacks in the last 40 seasons with 2+ interceptions in each of the first 3 weeks of the rookie season.
All right. Go
Guess
Trevor.
who else? And he's atop the board with Zach Wilson at 7.
Yep.
That's not someone you want to be with in the quarterback rankings, right?
No, it's not. Moving on. Speaking of rookie quarterbacks struggling, Justin Fields.
There it is. Baby, this is a juicy one, dude.
So I got
really
the
get to play football.
that was a
not
problem.
a lot.
So I got to
Running
watch
away.
this one. I got the honor of watching this because Chicago television. So I just flip it on, and man, the Browns looked like the '84 Bears playing against like some shitty team. Like it was
looked way better than normal, didn't they? They are good, we know, but they all of a sudden seemed like, I don't know if it's just the Bears being that bad, but they just completely outclassed them.
the Bears were that bad. So
Yeah.
it was like the Bears' offensive line is already kind of banged up, but like they're not good even when healthy. And so the Bears, after 3 weeks, are currently 32nd in yards per game, 32nd in yards per play, 14th in yards per rush, passing yards per game, 32nd, yards per pass, 32nd, sacks allowed per pass, 32nd, 28th on third down, and 31st in points per game.
For those unsure at home, 32nd is last.
Yeah. They also have offensive guru Matt Nagy as their coach, so that's not too good.
Yeah, Bears fans absolutely despise Matt Nagy, and I don't know how they haven't fired him yet.
They actually thought they was going to get fired in the offseason, and then the management was like, we'll give him another go.
Yeah.
Don't ever give him another go. How many times has giving him another go worked for anyone?
There was like one I think of, but I don't remember who he is, so
Yeah, I don't know what they do. He's not good at calling plays or building a team. He's bad at everything. He had one good year from the start, and then after that, they figured him out. Now he's bad. I mean, he doesn't run the ball.
We've got to give these stats a once over, dude, because they're just absurd.
Oh, yeah.
Total offensive yards for the Chicago Bears, 47. Total passing yards, 1. So total passing yards, pardon me. That's 68 yards for Justin Fields, minus 67 yards from the 9 sacks that Justin Fields took, which is a franchise record for the Browns.
Oh.
Myles Garrett.
1.1 yards per play.
Yeah.
Like, holy hell.
1.1. Myles Garrett had 4.5 sacks by himself.
By himself.
That's rough.
So it turns out that when your quarterback is getting sacked, he can't pass the ball.
It's pretty, groundbreaking. But
And one more stat that I think is even more confounding on top of all that, given the final result of all this, no turnovers. Like, they just so bad at doing anything. They didn't even make horrible mistakes. They just could not do anything.
yeah, so you want to hear a fun fact that I heard on the Bears or just Chicago sports radio, because I'll turn it on randomly. The Chicago Bears have one of the highest payrolls in the NFL.
What?
They have one of the
insane.
oldest rosters in the NFL, all because they're paying players like Khalil Mack. They're paying like Eddie Jackson.
Oh God, they're still paying Khalil Mack.
Yeah. Robert
Jeez.
Quinn, like Mario Edwards Jr. They have a bunch of like Akeem Hicks. They got players from like 5 years ago from when they were like one of the best defenses in football. And they're paying them, but they're like, they can't do anything because they're always on the field because the offense is ass. And this has been like the Bears' motto for years. So it's like you have this rookie quarterback and you're trying to build an offense, but you have no money to get him help because it's all on defense. But when the defense like gets, when they all get old and retire or they leave and whatever, then you're still going to have like this shitty team. So you have to like piece it all back. It's not good. It's a disaster.
Oh,
Yeah.
There's very little by way of bright spots either, man.
Yeah.
Justin
They
Fields
look like
at
the Jets out there.
68.
Yeah.
Yeah, 68 passing yards was the fewest by a player making their first career start since Nathan Peterman.
Oh,
That's a name I haven't heard in a minute.
Nathan,
Not a name you want to hear.
he's still the backup for the Raiders. He's their number 2, I think.
That's crazy.
Yeah, he is.
Yeah.
Yep.
Or no, Mariota was, but now he was injured. So he was-
Right, yeah.
What he really does on the field, dude, is go number 2.
All I gotta say is like I'm real happy that I sold Justin Fields rookie cards and autos before the season started.
Wow.
'Cause I have a feeling that they aren't worth a whole lot right now.
Also,
I mean, it's one game. He's a rookie.
Jimmy Graham, the known basketball player.
Oh, he played basketball.
Yeah, he played
I've heard
basketball.
that, yeah.
Wait, you played basketball?
Yeah,
Did you know that?
You
No,
probably
I
didn't know
didn't.
that. Yeah,
He's really tall.
Amazing.
yeah, he's
Wow.
tall.
Why don't they say that more often?
That's a good point. He retweeted the NFL on CBS that said the Bears averaged 1.1 yards per play versus the Browns, the second fewest by any team in a game this century.
Oh my
Nice.
God.
Oh man.
That is a brutal stat to
Yeah,
pull on
and he just
someone.
like he retweeted it like, yeah, we did.
That's pretty brutal too.
And I see right below that post, someone went to the Packer Reddit as a Bears fan and said, "Bears fan coming in violence. Fuck you and your quarterback with his 1960s chin strap."
That's a good. All
right.
So yeah, then the Browns, they just they did what they should. They beat up the Bears and they ran the ball a lot. And yeah.
I don't know. Make for some easy pick'ems for the next few weeks at least.
Yep.
Dude, the Browns are like, not only are the Browns good now, but they're the kind of good where it's like they're consistent good. Like they're winning games that they're kind of expected to win, And
Yeah.
that's
Just think about feeling for them.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Dude, Baker turned it around over there.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
He's.
I mean,
one of
not
those
just
things
him,
where
obviously, but
I don't think he's not going to be like a Mahomes or a Rod, like any of those, but he's like a solid game manager, like gets the job done quarterback.
I mean, he could end up being a down the line. I'm not saying like success wise, because I mean, I don't think anybody's going to do it. But Tom Brady, he's usually not for the beginning of his career. He wasn't throwing for like 5 million yards or anything.
Yeah.
He was just kind of there and not fucking up too much.
I'd equate him as a slight step down to Tannehill.
Yeah, he's got like
He's got a
Tannehill
Tannehill vibe. Yeah, I can see it.
So yeah, that was fun. Then the Hogs Go Hogs.
Dogs.
Got
Hogs.
absolutely dumpstered by the Buffalo Bills.
Oh yeah.
Yeah, destroyed.
Yeah, this is the last time I go for meme pick'ems now because coach is getting a little bit too
First place in
egocentric and-
fantasy, first place in
Yeah.
pick'ems. Good
Yeah,
year.
That,
They were
that
my-
is ending. That is ending this
I would have
week.
been tied if I didn't throw my lock away. All right.
They were my surefire thing on my 14 parlay bet that I got all 4 picks wrong on, dude. I was banking on that.
Yeah, it's dude, Mitch Trubisky, 1 for 1 yard. He has as many yards
Hell
as the
yeah.
Chicago
Let's
Bears
go.
did. Look at that. He matched his old team in passing yards for the week.
Oh no, he did rush. He did rush for more than the Bears did. So.
Oh yeah, there you go.
Go, Mitch.
And you know what? Taylor Heineke still. He went 212, 2 TDs, 2 picks,
Yeah.
but I still believe in the Heineke.
He did pretty good considering the result of the game.
Yeah.
Yeah. And
this
considering
is-
the position he's been thrust into.
Yes,
as
also
well.
that.
Yeah.
I think the Bills are going down the Packer route where the first week they got dumpstered and everyone's like, "Oh, are they bad?" And now they're like, "No, we're not bad."
No.
So
Yeah.
it's the Bills they're gonna win the AFC East. It's
Yes.
Yeah. I don't think there's any question at this
Those are
point.
probably going to win the AFC. Like I feel like
yeah,
It might
that's right.
be.
yeah, that's right.
But Josh Allen 358, 4 touchdowns, 32-43 is pretty good.
He's
Dude,
pretty good at football.
he's got that offense is actually pretty damn solid. Like,
Yeah.
Oh
he's got-
yeah.
And the defense.
He's obviously by himself is extremely a potent weapon, but then we got Cole Beasley, Stephon Diggs, Emmanuel Sanders. You got who's Zach Moss? I don't know.
He's
He
the
was in
running back.
starting. Yeah, he was in the starting back for a couple years now.
Yeah.
Oh, I haven't been paying attention. I guess. Sorry, Bills, but yeah, no, they're legit. Obviously, they're gonna be a serious contender for sure.
Yeah, their defense is good, offense is good. They got everything.
Dude, you know who's an underappreciated player is Emmanuel Sanders. That
Yeah.
guy, he put up 2 TDs in that game, and he's like what age as a
34.
wide receiver? Yeah, look at
Yeah.
that.
That's ancient in wide receiver years.
Practically dead.
Oh yeah, that's right, Steelers.
Mm-hmm.
I remember.
He plays. He's gone. Teams keep giving him prove it deals, and he keeps proving it.
Yeah. He may not be a number 1, but he can be a solid 2 or 3.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
So yeah, I mean that's pretty good. And then I still think the Hogs can take the NFC East. 'Cause
Oh, you never know what's gonna happen there.
The only thing holding them back is the fact that they haven't changed their name yet.
exactly.
Yeah,
They gotta go ahead.
True.
Yeah.
Change that
Hogs.
name. Go
Well,
Hogs.
and they won last year, so also Magic. Magic
Oh,
is
yeah.
also holding
that
them
is
back.
also
yeah.
holding them back and is
Yeah,
basically
there's no-
inescapable.
Yeah, there's no way to stop that.
So yeah, then moving on, we had the Titans Colts. And, Derrick Henry won the game.
Derrick Henry show.
Derrick Henry is good at football.
Sure
It's-
is. They should put him with that other guy that's good at football that we were talking about.
Yeah.
He turns out when you carry the ball 28 times and you average 4 yards a carry, you can just run every play and you keep getting first downs.
Yeah.
It adds up.
Bear, how does it feel to have your number 1 pick not go down in the in week 3 with an injury?
And all of a sudden become the overall number 1 running back as a result of that. Yeah,
how does it feel to be the guy who I thought I was going to be to draft that dude? How does that feel?
I'm loving it.
It's also nice because Tannehill had 3 touchdowns, although he had 2 picks. Colts defense pretty good though.
Yeah, they're
and,
solid.
Those touchdowns going to the big names. Not AJ Brown, not Julio Jones, Nick Westbrook and Jeremy McNichols.
Oh, don't forget Chester Rogers.
Oh yeah, Chester Rogers. The core of the Titans.
Yeah, raise your hand on the Titans receivers bingo card if you had Chester Rogers on your one.
And nobody wins. So,
Yep.
especially with the Colts. Carson Wentz, 19 of 37, 194 yards. Although he is playing with 2 sprained ankles, remember? I don't.
God.
Both of them. I mean, the injury reports were hilarious because they said, Carson Wentz, parenthetical, ankles.
Yeah, dude, I'm all aboard the Colts mid-season. What's it called? Hard Knocks. That's actually a thing happening.
Yeah.
I
Oh
wanna-
God, I forgot it's the Colts.
Yeah. So I mean, seeing that, it's gonna be pretty fun. It's obviously you see preseason and all the play, but like seeing an actual in-season Hard Knocks is going to be pretty good.
Yeah.
So it should be, we'll get some mojo moments out of that.
We'll see. I mean, I don't know.
Fair to the Colts, they've had an incredibly difficult schedule.
Yeah,
too.
they have.
Yeah.
Nightmare. Seahawks, Rams, Titans. Like,
And like they
that's
played the Rams pretty close, to be honest.
Yeah.
Like they
I mean,
almost
they honestly have like a pretty good core on their team on kind of both sides of the ball. Like they have the best guard in football in Quentin Nelson.
Yeah.
And and like people have been like, I've been reading lots of stories about lots of people saying that about him, that he's just like the highest graded guard, and it's his second year or third or whatever, which is wild.
I just don't think Carson Wentz is very good.
No.
Yeah.
Now, I will say they do get to play the Texans twice, the Jaguars twice, and the Jets. So that's like 5 wins potentially there. So,
True.
That's 5 right there for sure.
So we'll see if they start turning it around. And I mean, the Titans, I mean, at this rate, look at the AFC South. It's the Titans 2-1, the Texans 1-2, and then the Colts and Jaguars 0-3. Like at this rate, the Titans will have the division wrapped up in like a month and a half.
They should be ashamed of themselves if it's not over by week 13. Like,
It's sad that the Texans are even in second place at this point.
Yeah, it actually is. So there you go. Moving on, we had the beep beep honk honk Saints Patriots game. I don't know why I said that, but it felt
I was
big.
waiting for the connection.
I mean, we could make one up. I mean,
That's
maybe
Jameis Winston falling down as he throws a touchdown.
I'll allow it.
That's
Just a horrible play.
That's the next Ludacris song right there. Beep beep honk.
I mean, the Patriots were actually in this game at the end if they could have stopped the Saints, but they couldn't.
Yep. Yeah, our offense kind of sucks.
Yeah, I don't think the team is very good at all.
Yeah. Kendrick Bourne
I
had
said
a
it
good
last week
touchdown.
when we were doing the pick'ems. Like I don't believe in this team yet. Like I think there's a good base there probably, but like I don't think this is the year for the Patriots to have a good one.
I said the same shit. You and me both picked the Saints.
Yeah.
I don't think the Patriots
I
are
still
gonna...
like Mac Jones.
Yeah, I think he's fine. I mean, again, the rookie, they're rookies. All of them are gonna have games where they're gonna be shitty and games where they're gonna look all right. But
one of his interceptions was the tip ball. Like it shouldn't even been one.
Yeah. Did you guys see the punt where it got blocked by the Saints and the cameraman was just as confused as everyone else? Find the ball. It looked like someone. It was like a toddler took the camera and just started shaking it around like back and forth.
Did we already pass the game where the kickoff got caught by the wind and just flew backwards and the kicker recovered his own kick?
Who
did
oh
that?
yeah.
what was that?
Yeah, I don't remember what game that was either. But I didn't see it.
That's the first time hearing of it. That's
It
insane.
was absolutely ridiculous. It was a normal kickoff, but then the wind just grabbed the ball, and the return team was like, "What do we do?"
How do I not see this already? I feel like this would have been like the top post. What the fuck?
Well, because
There's
there was
a lot of wild
other
things that
crazy
That's
games
true. Yeah,
that happened.
God, it
There's
was
a
like
wild
the
week in a
craziest kicking day of all time.
It was a wild day.
Was it the
It
Chargers?
was Washington.
Oh,
Oh, it was the Hogs?
Yeah, the Hogs.
That's
Dustin
right.
Hopkins recovers his own kick.
That's wild.
Go Hogs.
Go Hogs, man.
Has that ever happened before, where the kicker returned his or
Not returned,
on
but
an
yeah.
onside kick, I could
It's-
see it, but
it's
not on
ha-
an
it's
onside.
happened
yeah,
before.
maybe, yeah.
Maybe not like this, but it's happened before.
Right, yeah. That's fair.
So I mean, this was just Saints beat Patriots. Patriots not looking great. The Saints they look good, then they look bad, then they look okay.
The Jameis Winston Classic, dude.
It is. It really is the Jameis Winston.
They're gonna
Classic.
get fucking trounced next week, is what it sounds like.
Yeah, he's either gonna throw 5 touchdowns or he's gonna throw 5 picks. There's no in between.
Should also mention that one of the 3 interceptions by Mac Jones at the very end of the game. The game was already pretty much over.
Yeah.
So, I mean, he really only had one bad throw that caused a pick. The other
Yeah,
the other
and,
2
like,
were his fault.
We're a team that's supposed to really be like a running back by committee team, which we are, but the whole committee is doing jack shit. Like
Yep.
Mac Jones led us with 28 yards, and that was double what Damian Harris put up on 6 carries. Like we couldn't do anything on the ground.
They need to bring back my sleeper pick so I can pick him up again. I cut him.
Ramondre Stevens.
Yes.
Yeah.
Put him back in. Let him do what he can do. I mean, he played one snap and he fumbled, and Bill took him out, so he's not going to play him for like 8 weeks.
Jameis only had 128 yards passing, and that's only on 13 completions, by the way. So
like this feels like a very winnable
carries.
game 2 years ago, and obviously now things have changed. So.
Yeah,
Mara carried it 24 times.
Welcome, Bear. Welcome.
I'm all right. I've had my fun,
Yeah. You still even get to watch Tom Brady light it up.
Yeah,
and be
no,
like a
like,
secondary.
Yeah, I'm not gonna be happy until you guys have a bad season and Tom Brady is no longer in the league. Once that
in the year 2050.
Let's not get carried away now.
Speaking of bad teams, we had the Falcons play the Giants.
Oh boy.
Oh yeah.
And it was something. Matt Ryan looked like his old self there. 243, 2 touchdowns. Look at that.
Yeah, and the Falcons barely managed to win.
Yep.
I know.
17-14. Yeah.
I pegged this as the game for them to come back, but they didn't even really do that all that much.
Yeah.
Well, a game is bad when you're watching Red Zone and you don't see it at all.
Yeah.
Like that's when you know a game is just not interesting whatsoever.
Yeah, as if it doesn't exist. Yeah.
Saquon Barkley kind of showed up today.
Yeah, he had a
decent
touchdown, 51 yards, 16 carries. Not like
6
great or
catches
anything.
for
But
43 yards as well.
yeah.
We'll put that right here, right on the fridge, right here.
Yeah, I mean, and CJ Board, 38 receiving yards. There he is.
Go board.
Go Board. And then Mike Davis, 50 yards on 12 carries. And Cordero Patterson, 82 yards receiving.
How does the Giants find another Eli Manning type quarterback where you're like, is he good? Like,
That's exactly it.
He really is. He's even got like the doofy Eli face a little bit going on,
I mean, I was thinking last night while the Eagles were losing, I was like, who'd the Eagles beat again? I was like, oh, yeah, the Falcons. That's right.
Yeah.
So the Eagles really aren't very good.
Nope. Yeah, there's becoming a very clear divide this year, man.
Yeah. It's usually at the start of the season, you see records, you're like, ooh, and then you look back at who they played, and then you realize it's like,
right.
Is that your reaction when you see records? You're like, ooh.
The Giants, in fairness, the Giants have been bad for a while now. Like pretty much since Tom Coughlin left, and and then the Eli era ended. It's been all pretty horrible.
They weren't particularly good during the Eli era. They kind of
They
shot their
sort
way
of
through 2 Super Bowls.
Yeah.
Yeah, I mean, but still, at the end of the day, like as much as shit as Eli gets, like he was their like both winningest quarterback and also has 2 rings. Like he's definitely the best quarterback in Giants history.
Oh, no question.
Like by far.
Yeah. Speaking of eras ending and washed up quarterbacks, the Pittsburgh Steelers.
Oh, yeah.
The Bengals destroyed them.
Yeah.
Ben threw 58 times. Why?
I mean, everyone's been saying it, but it's just like Ben's done. Like he's not just like kind of that he's done. Like he needs to no longer be in like. Of course, you're gonna throw 318 yards when you throw 58 times. Like,
yeah.
At that point, like.
The weird part is he's got the 3rd most passing attempts in the NFL, and he's not in the top 10 for passing yards.
That is wild.
Well, that like the perfect explanation for that is he is just checking down everything, every fucking thing that you can think of, like especially where it's a moment where he used to try to use his mobility to get out of a situation. Now he's just like he's looking for the check down instead of trying to run. He just doesn't want to take the hit anymore. It's pretty obvious.
And he's
like
been sacked
he doesn't want to
times.
get hit. Yeah.
Yeah, it's sad.
It sucks because I still think our defense is really good. I mean, it's hard to tell from the last 2 games, but we've had like some pretty significant injuries the past 2 games. We lost, our best defensive player last week, and so he didn't play this week. And I think we were also missing another linebacker. I couldn't remember. We had another big injury. I forgot who it was. But I mean, the defense is still really good, and it sucks to sit there and watch a good defense and then have an offense that literally can't get a first down, let alone get down the field and score a touchdown.
Oh, I feel you.
But yeah,
Chicago
like,
Bears enter the chat.
Yeah.
It's time to find the new quarterback. Like if they want to do anything this season, it's like now. Like we ain't going to the playoffs. We're not even gonna have a winning record if we keep doing what we're doing right now. Like so Tomlin's gonna lose his streak this season, very likely, I think.
Are you seeing what I'm saying with that Apollo too? Like how he's just like
it's I don't know. Again, I don't know if it's because he literally can, but like he's just not throwing the ball anywhere in the middle of the field or anywhere down the field. It's just, oh, you're swinging out. Okay, Najee, you know, here you go. Here's 1 yard. Like,
yeah.
Like he targeted Najee 18 times.
Yeah,
it's ridiculous.
That's wild.
As a Najee Harris fan and
I'm sure
Najee
you're
Harris
happy.
owner,
Yeah.
I mean, he can't run the ball. Our O-line is just deplete. Like it used to be like the best O-line in football just a few years ago, even a couple years ago, and now it's just. I mean, who are these O-linemen? Who are they? Like, it's bad.
I do think that you're in good hands with Najee though in the future because I think he's very good.
I mean, 100 yards receiving. I mean, I guess again when you
helps when you get targeted 18 times.
Yeah. But doing what he's doing, which is still getting anything behind this O-line, is honestly impressive. Especially like I read some kind of statistic where like the play calls are bad too. Like we ran against like a stacked box right up the middle like 14 times or something. Like the play calls are bad too. Everything is bad. Everything is bad on offense.
That reminds me. There's that play. It's like fourth down towards the end of the game, and it's like 4th and 8. And like, all right, here we go. And they like did a like screen to like nobody blocking. You just got hit. It was like what?
And then everyone was like, "Did you guys give up?" And they were all the responses were like, "No." That was designed like they were like supposed to say, "Yeah, the wide receivers were supposed to block, so it's their fault." But you can go watch. They're running routes. They were not supposed to block.
Yeah,
they're clearly running routes. Like that was just a terrible play call and a terrible execution of maybe an okay. Like there was nothing good about it, and you have to admit to it. Stop trying to act pretty.
Yeah.
And
to play devil's advocate for Ben, they're taking some hits at wide receiver, aren't they? Isn't Juju hurt now? And I know Chase
got hurt during the game, and Deontay got injured in the dumbest way last week. Yeah, the stupidest way too. So like, yeah, you can say he's injured, but like, they ran a horrible play.
Like they still don't really have a lot of excuses.
Get him injured,
right?
Perfect time to play the Green Bay Packers in Lambeau.
Yeah.
Shout out to the moron who left 4 touchdowns on his bench, including 2 to Jamar Chase. Thank you. I'll take it.
Great stuff.
Happy about that.
Yeah, not
I'm
to
glad
go on
he's finally taking off though.
I won't go on that for too long, but just the Steelers season is over. I don't think there's a hope of playoffs, but I at this point, like again, I think it's a losing season type deal at this rate. If nothing changes.
That would be like big.
Yeah. Their schedule's hard. It's a very tough schedule.
Yeah, especially now that the division is like actually competitive with everybody. Because I mean, look at that, Joe Burrow, 14 of 18. He only threw 18 times.
Dude, Burrow is legit.
172.
We knew that last year, but he is already like easily come into his own.
Yeah, and now they got
killed behind his line. Like,
right? Yeah,
be good.
And he doesn't throw 3 horrible back-to-back interceptions.
Well, yeah.
Also but still,
would help.
like.
But even when he did that, they almost came
like
back.
An extremely good quarterback. Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
And now they got him a number 1 in Jamar Chase, who's literally his number is 1.
Yeah.
65 yards, 2 touchdowns. Had another good one. Joe Mixon ran 90 yards on 18 carries, 5 yards a carry, essentially. So pretty solid.
Yep.
Bengals.
2-1.
Bengals solid.
Bengals and Browns contending for the top of the AFC North.
Ooh, and Ravens.
Just like it's 1950 again.
Yeah.
And Ravens. And even then, the Ravens are just like hardcore running boys.
Yeah. Well, the Ravens are just the Browns, too. Actually, the Bengals are also the Browns. Did you guys know
they're
that
all
about
just the Browns?
Yeah, like the Bengals are the Browns after Paul Brown left the Browns, and then the Ravens are just the Browns.
Oh, yeah, that's right.
The Browns left Cleveland.
Mm-hmm.
And then the Browns are the Browns. So that division is
true.
3 Browns and a Steelers.
That's a good sitcom.
I've ever heard anyone utter the word Browns in more than like 2 sentences and be
even the Cleveland
accurate.
Browns fans.
I still think it's among the worst team names. I mean,
I think so.
Like
their color's
theme
orange.
is the color. I know, yeah, their fucking color's wrong, for God's sake.
Well, it's because it's named after Paul Brown, but
But
his
they
name
Why is their helmet not brown?
His name is a color. Yeah.
Why don't they have like brown helmets with orange stripes?
They probably should have. Well, I mean, I guess when he played, they did, right? Because they would have had the. Although I think he played when they had regular helmets.
just rebrand as the oranges, for God's sake.
Yeah, just come on, do it. Or just put the bulldog on the helmet. That'd be neat. I like the dog.
That would be good. Or just put Paul Brown on the helmet. Like he has a cool silhouette, you know.
The Cleveland Paul Browns.
Yeah, that is basically what their name is.
Yeah.
Speaking of the Ravens, they had that crazy ass ending.
So we'll talk all about, I'm sure, the kick, but like on the side, are the Ravens good? Like
no, I don't. No. They're very injured. Like
it's
extremely
so weird
injured.
though, because like they lose embarrassingly to the Raiders when the Raiders were trying everything in their power to give the game away.
Yes,
but then they beat the Chiefs, and I mean, it wasn't like a surprise victory. Like they just looked like they played a good game, but then they almost lose to the Lions. Like they probably should have lost to the Lions.
They probably should have lost this game.
Yeah.
Like. Because, I mean, lest we forget, the Lions let them convert a 4th and 19.
Yeah.
Yeah, that kind of gets overshadowed in this.
Everyone was like, "Oh, delay of game penalty. They stole the game." No, you let them convert a 4th and 19 on their side of the field. You lost that fucking game. Okay.
Yeah. Although they did have a delay of game.
That was a bad delay.
Absolutely was. Yeah, no, without question.
It was even the announcers when it happened. They're like, and delay of game, and then like nothing happened.
He was counting down. He was like literally. He was counting. It was like 3, 2, 1.
I feel bad for the Lions though, because like they may be 0-3, but like I think out of all the 0-3 teams, like they feel like they're trying the hardest.
Yeah.
They're doing their best.
They're doing their best. And they should have won this probably.
They should have won this game, but I mean the Lions' entire history is coulda, woulda, shoulda. Right?
Yeah,
like
they have not.
And Justin Tucker managed to get like that was the fact that they went for the 68-yarder earlier is the reason that Justin Tucker finally convinced Harbaugh to go for it. Because he's been pitching that for years, like that's been a thing that and Harbaugh's been saying no, but he's like, let me kick a 70-yarder, coach.
Yeah,
like,
well,
let
Tucker's
me do it.
hit in practice constantly, right?
He
hits
them all in practice. Yeah.
Reminder that the last time the Lions won the division. Any guesses?
Boy. Wow, yeah, a long time ago,
91.
wasn't it?
Close.
80s?
It was 93.
95.
They won the NFC Central.
Oh
yeah.
Holy shit.
Yep.
Oh,
NFC
no.
Central with Barry Sanders.
Fun.
Barry Sanders, right?
Yep.
Yeah.
That was it.
I mean, we were all watching this game, like, and just say, I kept saying, like, there's no way the Lions lose this, right? There's just no way.
4th and 19.
They can't lose this.
Yeah.
I mean, NFL record kick to beat.
Yeah,
them,
that's
right?
that's the most Lions way to lose a game I've ever seen.
so
I mean,
bad.
who would give up
Justin
something
Tucker.
something like a 4th and 26 to the Philadelphia Eagles in the playoffs, and then Brett Favre throws a pick in the who would do that?
Like just take a look at Justin Tucker's stat line and just see like the long stat right there. That just doesn't look right. It looks like someone made an error.
Yeah.
I will say Jared Goff's been doing pretty solid.
Yeah.
Like
He's
better
good
than I
QB.
thought.
Yeah. He's I mean, look at that. He's got 22 of 30, 217 yards. He didn't have a touchdown, but he didn't have any picks. I mean, Lamar Jackson, 16 of 31, 287, a touchdown and a pick. He could have had more because Hollywood Brown dropped 3 touchdowns.
Yeah.
Oh, yeah, I remember that.
That's great. I had him in fantasy, but at least he still had 53 yards.
Yeah,
It's
Shy
important.
She wasn't too happy about the the drops.
It's important to note though too that like the Ravens are also banged up to hell. Like they're super injured.
Their first, second, and I think third string running backs are all out, and then their second or first string corners out.
Who needs running backs when you have Lamar though? Like
Yeah.
Well, I mean,
play and then be like, Lamar. I mean, if you want, like, you just go, then you just run.
I mean, that's the thing too, is that like this year a little bit more Lamar Jackson's been throwing outside the numbers, which is really scary because like if they can do that effectively, like that's the ultra instinct for Lamar Jackson, right? Like is if they can throw outside the numbers consistently, then other teams are fucked. How do you defend?
Yeah.
You can't that's always been the promise of this offense, and it could end up that way, like maybe this year developmentally.
Yeah.
This is a good game for Lamar, I think.
Yeah.
Oh yeah.
And I think on the Lions side, I think Dan Campbell actually is a good coach for them. First, like I've said, he looks like a Lion. Second,
Yeah.
Right.
he does seem like he gets everything out of the players. So like, you know, and he's not like
Except for wins.
Except for wins. But, you know, it seems like they're getting there. Right? He's
Yeah.
not like a douchey guy. He's not like, you know, he goes out and he's like, yo, we're going to play hard. He's a little weird. You know, he drinks his like 2 venti coffees and
Gallon lattes.
yeah, but, you know, he'll bite your kneecaps, but you know, he seems like a good
Yeah,
dude.
dude.
Jerry can full of espresso.
Yeah.
Goff is like, it's gotta be a little demoralizing, you know,
Oh,
watching
yeah.
your old
Yeah.
team be like one of the best teams in the league now because they got rid of you for your
Yeah.
better quarterback.
Yeah.
That's gotta suck, man.
Yeah. That's rough. I mean, it's rough, but it's like, it's kind of nice that he's on the Lions, because I feel like the Lions fans feel the same way about Matt Stafford. You
Yeah.
know, kind of lighting up over there.
Maybe this is the redemption arc. You know, Goff helps build this new Lions team, and then they get really strong, and he leads
Yeah.
them. Or they trade him away again.
Or they
He's bad.
Yeah.
Do you want
That's
to come
probably
back,
gonna
Stafford? We have a team for you.
They're like,
Yeah.
hey, Tom Brady wants to come here. I know he's 57, but like, he really wants to play.
No.
He's
Speaking
really
of
fallen off. He only threw 54 touchdowns last year. So.
speaking of franchises in sadness and pain, the New York Jets. Woo!
Yay.
Losing 26 to nothing. They've been shut out.
To nothing.
So bad
Yeah.
to put up
It
0
is-
points in any game ever.
Yeah, it is now 2 games since we've scored a touchdown. Amazingly, well, I can give you a little insight into it. It's currently worse than Adam Gase's last year. They're doing worse than Adam Gase did.
Oof.
So, you know, it's horrible. And I have. By the way, I've completely lost faith in all of the coaching staff over the course of just 3 weeks, which is
3
wonderful.
weeks. Yep.
Yeah, so that's fantastic, because it's a big pass the buck team here at the Jets. Every time someone goes up and puts a microphone in front of somebody at the Jets, they go and say, "Oh, it's this fucking guy did it. It was Zach Wilson." It like that's what Coach Salas said. That's what fucking Greg Van Rotten, one of our offensive linemen, who is ass, by the way, total ass. And he gets on the and they ask him a question. Oh, what happened in the game? He's like, oh well, you know, Zach Wilson needs to get it out better, faster. It's like, well, yeah, well, maybe if you don't.
Response though, right? Like this
Yeah.
fucking guy over here, he's a fuck up.
By the way, checking in really quickly before Rob continues his rant, we're now on week 3 of Zach Wilson refusing to show up on the NFL.com stat page.
Yep. Yeah, they're just not listening.
He's still not
They're
there.
just like, why bother? Like,
Until
Yeah.
he throws a touchdown, he doesn't get the spot, damn it.
He's literally not on the page for 3 weeks running. So we'll keep you abreast of that one. Back to
I
Rob
also
in the
saw the Jets subreddit had the thing where it said tough time for New York football fans, 0-3 for the Giants and the Jets, and then the Bills tweeted, "Is it though?"
Yeah, well, I know. And I would love to laugh at the Orchard Park Bills making a joke about not playing in the place that they're from.
Yeah.
But the so like here's the thing. Mike LaFleur fucking sucks ass. Like he's horrible. Like you know what the worst part about the Jets is? It's not that we're bad. Like if we're bad, that's, you know, it's not necessarily the worst thing. Like we've been bad before and had okay years where I'm like, all right, you know, whatever. We're bad in specifically the ways that we're not supposed to be fucking bad. We're horrible in the offensive line and the wide receiver group, which we were supposed to have improved. Like that was the whole thing with the whole offseason. And that's the position groups that are horrible. Just horrible. Like Zach Wilson has on average 1.7 seconds to throw, apparently. Yeah, he's been running for his life every goddamn play for the whole season. And also, here's another fun stat for you. we're the second in the league for drops because all of our receivers can't catch the fucking ball. Oh, and by the way, we have a second-year player who was a second-round pick named Denzel Mims, but apparently genius Mike LaFleur can't get him to figure out the playbook, right? Because that's what that's another pass the buck for you. Is they're like, oh yeah, Denzel Mims not playing because he couldn't learn the fucking playbook. I'm just gonna go on to the public news media and be like, yeah, this player fucking sucks. Oh, also, they're not trading him either. They're turning down trade offers because other teams are like, what are you doing? That guy's good. Why aren't you? We'll trade for him, and they're like, no, we want to keep him here on the fucking bench. So it's amazing too because like the excuse is he doesn't know the playbook. Oh, God forbid Denzel Mims comes and slows down this juggernaut offense. Oh my God, what could we do if he did that? It's just it's amazing how this team has immediately disappointed everyone in the exact same way that they always have, and it sucks so much because we're gonna ruin Zach Wilson the same way that we did in Sam Darnold. So I wish Zach good luck in 3 years on his new team when he gets out of here and enjoys his
Detroit Lions
career
in New York Jets penitentiary.
Yeah, he's basically, you get here at the Jets, we give college QBs a second college career against real NFL players. It's like an internship.
It's an internship.
Yeah, it's an internship for QBs to learn the game a little bit, you know.
He really
develop.
has
love
been the
the
Jets for a
Jets,
while.
I'm actually pretty excited to see him play for the Lions in 3 years. And then you could have Jared Goff. It'll be pretty fun.
Yeah.
I'll take either of them, honestly. Actually, like
Yeah.
at this point,
That's true.
that's
They
fine.
probably
I mean,
would be good on the
it's-
Steelers.
why not here? I mean,
I linked you in the Fusenball a thing from our subreddit of the fucking genius Mike LaFleur play design where 3 guys run a slant in the same fucking direction.
Yeah.
All
they don't know the
within,
playbook, Rob.
yeah,
so.
right. Yeah, no. Well, no. Actually, here's the thing, Apollo. They all know the playbook, and that's what it looks like. Apparently, to all run within 1 foot of each other.
I love the fact that we have like I never ever go to subreddits like as far as football teams are concerned.
Mm-hmm.
But one of the newer threads is football perspective. The Jets have the worst offense in the NFL. We could debate how much blame goes to the coaches versus the executives, but here's the GM who signed, draft, traded for added each player on offense, sorted by snap count so far in 2021. And there's a giant breakdown list of someone breaking it down by snap count.
Here's
And
the thing.
showing it's just Joe Douglas. Almost everyone besides Mike McCann for the tight end. That's hilarious.
Yeah, so here's the thing. You gotta. So this is definitely the biggest Jets fan forum on the internet right now. Is the Jets subreddit, which is really the only time I'm ever on Reddit is if I'm going to the Jets subreddit. And you gotta understand there was unconditional optimism in the offseason. It was so much so that they were like downvoting people who were like, hey, maybe we should cool our Jets. We don't know if Joe Douglas and Salah are any good. They haven't played a single game yet, and they would get downvoted to hell. So right now it's apocalypse mode. Everyone is dead. Like everyone's just like, the season's fucking over. That's it. It's done. Even the people who are optimists are just like, yeah, I mean, it's the Jets. So the whole it's all self-loathing. The whole subreddit all the way down.
I mean was the season ever beginning though, really, for the Jets?
For a lot of people it was. There was a reason that I said in the off season that I'm not going to resolve to hope, and I'm glad that I didn't, frankly, because they look exactly like I expected them to, and well, not exactly as I expected them to, I guess. I didn't think that they were going to be this fucking bad.
Currently, they got apparently they got the 5th easiest schedule remaining.
Well, that's I mean,
hey, there you go, buddy.
There you go.
Yeah,
Well,
there you go, Rob.
that's also based on last year's strength of schedule. Right?
Yeah, I think
in
so.
part. So I mean, those always change.
I love the thing you linked. It was like the TikTok of the 12-year-old kid breaking down the Jets offense and how bad they are. That was pretty good.
Yeah. There's a whole it's a bad time over here in the Jets world, and I don't know. Here's the thing. There's no bright spots. So there's no positives that I can give you from any of the games. We haven't scored a touchdown in 2 games. So I mean,
There's
it's
no light, only darkness. New York Jets football.
Yay!
On the other side, the Broncos look pretty good.
Yeah.
Oh yeah, there was another.
There's another team. Tim Patrick.
Go Teddy!
Teddy
Teddy,
Bridgewater, 1925, 235. Tim Patrick, the leading receiver, 98 yards, 5 carries, or receptions. I picked him up in fantasy. Pretty happy. I'm going to start him next week. You may not know this guy. He's Melvin Gordon.
He's on the Broncos.
He's on the Broncos. You probably didn't hear about him. Yeah, he's 18 carries, 61 yards, a touchdown. Big day for him. People are going to start knowing his name now.
Yeah, that's true.
And their defense looks pretty good. I mean, they've literally have Von Miller, Patrick Surtain, Kyle Fuller. They have Bradley Chubb. Yeah, I mean, they're a good defense. Kareem Jackson. Yeah. So
they're really solid
first
defense.
Time that Chubb and Miller have been able to play together too, right?
Yeah, they've been. One of them's always injured, so now they're finally not injured. And that's that game pretty much. Then we had the Raiders and the Dolphins. Woo!
Oh, yeah.
First quarter was 14-2.
Yep,
that's right.
This was a wild game, actually. Yeah, I just remembered what happened in this game. This was like the super overtime game.
Yeah, this was came down to the wire and almost was a tie.
I feel like the Raiders should be labeled as the new worst 3-0 team.
Well, they're all not. Well, okay, there's 2 good 3-0 teams, and then the rest are just sort of like not great.
I think the Raiders aren't bad, but I don't think they're they're not top.
I don't think they're the Broncos. I think the Raiders are. I think the Raiders are kind of. They might be kind of legit this year. Maybe. I don't know. I think it could happen because they kind of feel like they're winning the games. You know. They're getting the luck on their side, you know. When
that's what I mean, though, is that like this should have been a convincing win.
Yeah,
It was not. In fact, they almost lost, and then there was the Baltimore game where they should have lost, but Baltimore was like, "No, you," and then they were like, "No, you, no, you." So I'm unconvinced. I don't think this team is very good.
I'm kind of with you, yeah. Like, well, Jacobs is out still too, so once he gets back, he may be, a little bit more of a contender. But they just feel like a team that kind of needs luck in order to get anything to go their way, And on top of that, their offense. I don't know. Like last week, we kind of talked about their offense being their strong point because they have Ruggs now. They've got Darren Waller. They got Hunter Renfrow, but they're not as good as the teams that they need to beat, especially like if you just compare apples to apples apparently with the offenses. Like their offense is probably like maybe top 10 in the NFL, and that's not going to be good enough. That's certainly not shouldn't be a 3-0 team.
I mean, they got Peyton Barber running for 111 yards and a touchdown at running back.
You got to think that that's more of the. Well, I don't know. No credit taken away from Peyton Barber, obviously, but
it's good.
I think their whole offense is pretty good, but it's not among the best.
Yeah. No, I think this is a team. They might sneak in like a wild card and maybe they win a game, but I feel like that's the ceiling.
Maybe, yeah. I mean, that seems like. But although I think we may be underselling Josh Jacobs a little bit too much too, because he really is very, very good. Like he was last year, he was like one of the top backs in the league when he was running.
He was healthy, but he does get injured a lot.
Yeah. I mean, if he comes back, that'll be a really scary part of their offense for sure.
Yeah.
And also important to note, Jacoby Brissette had a great game, I feel.
He did. He played pretty damn well. Jacoby's always been pretty damn good, dude.
I agree.
He's been in difficult situations for basically his entire career. He was a backup for the Patriots, obviously, but then they thrust him into the Colts situation, which was obviously dire, and then now playing for Miami after Tua goes out is clearly not ideal either. So I think given a good opportunity, he could actually do pretty well. But right now, he's making the most of what he's got.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So Raiders had multiple times to win this game, and they waited until overtime to do it.
I mean, the Dolphins are not great. Like
No.
Jacoby Brissette is like he's a good backup, but like you're not gonna win a bunch of games with Jacoby Brissette. And then
I think he's like, I don't know. Yeah, he's like top half. He's top half in my opinion in the league. He's really good. I think
like
he's really
Jacoby
good.
Brissett.
I mean, I don't think he's bad. I think he's a top tier backup quarterback. I think if you start him, you're probably gonna get like 6 wins. Like you're not going anywhere by starting Jacoby Brissett. You're not like, yes, time to push for the
to
division.
compromise, and I'll move past this point.
Sure, why not?
Evan,
All right.
So yeah, that was close game, almost a tie. Kind of wish it was a tie. I think that'd be fun. Then we had the Tampa Bay Buccaneers and the Rams.
The Super
First
Bowl
L of the
champion
season.
Rams.
Big time L for the Buccaneers, Invicta.
Yep.
Oh, there it is. All right.
Of course, the Buccaneers' leading rusher, Tom Brady, at 44
always.
years old, with 14 yards and a touchdown. Big time running game out there.
Yeah. That's,
Crazy Legs Tom. That's what they call him.
They do call him that.
Yep.
He is the white flash himself, Tom Brady.
I mean, the Flash
moving
is
down
white.
the line.
Yep.
Just I mean, screaming down the sidelines for rushing yards all day, every day. But the Bucs cannot cover the pass. I mean, I even made a tweet about it. Literally, if you want to beat the Buccaneers this season, just pass the ball. Doesn't matter who, doesn't matter what side. Just pass the ball. I mean, we were so injured on cornerback that we're having to look at Richard freaking Sherman as an option because we're so injured. As soon as Dean went down, and Dean was already kind of bad. As soon as Dean went down, I was like, it's over. This game is over. I said it sitting on my couch to my friends. They're like, no, it's only the first quarter. I'm like, no, it's over. Like, the Rams are smart enough to understand, like, look, all you got to do is pass to the left side. They have a literal nobody covering, or what you want to try to equate as covering on that side, and just pass the ball. Just pass the ball, hit number 30 every single time, and you're going to be fine. They have one of the best, if not the best receiver in the NFL right now. So use him. He plays on the left side, funnily enough. I mean, Delaney is just not good. I'm not saying I could do a better job, but look, you get paid hundreds of thousands of dollars to do this. I don't.
You want Kevin King? Give you a deal.
No, I don't actually. But like
deal.
the sad thing is that like Tom can still keep us in a game this bad.
Yeah. Oh yeah,
Yeah,
Gronk.
I had chances here. Yeah.
Gronk got hurt too.
Yeah, and he's going to be banged up. I'll be surprised if he plays this week.
Yeah, he took a shot.
England.
Like he got
His
drilled.
chest X-rays came up clean. I just checked his fantasy page.
Yeah, he was.
Oh, that's good.
Yeah, they were negative, but like he was clearly in pain. But I mean, you just look at some of the bombs, like the one that they did to Deshaun Jackson in the third quarter was just awful. Like there's no covering. You cannot expect to win a game if you let them score on every single possession except for the first 3 now in the entire game. Like this is not happening.
Stafford 27, 38, 343, 4 touchdowns.
Yeah.
of a game.
The fact that Tom, like I said, credit to where the GOAT is due. He kept us in this game. He's about the only one who was doing anything besides Mike Evans. And, there's so many bad drops in this game. It's impressive that we only lost by 10. It really is. Like, I think that the Bucs, when they figure out how to, if we can get our defense, well, another problem with the defense in this one is that we got absolutely zero line penetration. There was no pressure on Stafford at all. And the Rams, I don't particularly think the Rams offensive line is that good. I just think it was an off day for Sue and Vita Vea because they never pressured. They maybe hurried a couple of times, but that was it. Stafford was just free to just sit in the pocket and just fire all day, every day. And when you do that, if there's any weakness in the secondary, you're not going to be able to stop them. And that's just exactly what happened. So, it was a total defensive breakdown on the front line and in the back. And it was, I was not surprised that the Bucs lost this game.
I think this game solidified the Rams as like the team to beat in the NFC. They look
shout out
legit.
to Deshaun Jackson, man.
Yeah.
4-year-old with 120 fucking yards on the day.
He's still like
Seriously.
just as fast.
Yeah,
Yeah.
man, he was flying.
He's not lost a step.
Yeah.
I'm saying it the second the Rams got Stafford, literally the second that news broke, I'm like, this is the team. This is the team right here.
I mean, Matt Stafford, honestly, because he was with the Lions, was always underrated.
Yeah.
I mean,
I don't
he
even
is.
think that was the case, dude. I think everyone always knew he was that good. He was just always on the fucking Lions.
Yeah.
I feel like especially Lions fans even felt that. Just like,
Yeah.
because I mean that's a long list of really great players that they've let down.
Yeah.
Right.
I mean, in all-time touchdown leaders, Matt Stafford is 14th at 291. Like he's up there.
had like huge clutch moments time after time too.
Mhm.
Like, he is the real deal, and we've known it for a long time.
Well, I was just looking at his stats. This year, right now, he's got 942 yards, 10 touchdowns to 1 pick, 9 touchdowns to 1 pick, which is, I mean, he's average. Oh my God, is that right? He's averaging 10 yards a play.
Yeah,
Jesus,
that's what I was saying at the
absurd.
start. That he's averaging 10 yards a play.
That's absurd. Yeah,
I know. I know that one guy is gonna be like, oh, he did get a sack. There's one sack. You can't say there's no pressure. Yeah, the sack was in the literal fourth quarter when the game was over. So shut up.
yeah, you shut up, straw man.
Yeah, you shut up, straw man.
Yeah,
Get out of here.
you little bitch.
Straw man.
Fucking made a straw.
I hope you caught that guy mid comment. He's like, oh. Never mind.
Made a straw.
I was born like this.
So yeah, that was that game. Yeah. Vikings beat the Seahawks. What's happening over in Seattle?
What happened in Seattle, dude?
Did y'all check Russell Wilson's player picture this year? My man looks pissed off.
Really?
Let's see.
Like I think
Oh,
that
God,
kind of
yeah.
reflects how like he feels about the team this year, and it's showing up in their games now.
Oh yeah, he does.
Oh, dude, we'll take Russell. I'll take Russell Wilson.
Yeah, there's a good fit.
Yeah.
Didn't
He's like,
he?
yep, I'm still here.
He wanted to get traded. You know?
Yeah.
So yeah.
I mean, last couple of years, nothing will surprise me anymore. Because it used to be that QBs just don't move at all, but like now there seems more fluid.
Yeah.
He could go.
It's I mean, he's at 7 touchdowns, 0 interceptions, 895 yards. Like he's balling out.
Oh yeah, he's Russell Wilson.
Yeah. He's and on the other side, Kirk Cousins, 30 of 38, 323 and 3 touchdowns. Like I don't like
Pretty
Kirk
good
Cousins,
stat line, but yeah, fuck Kirk Cousins.
but he is balling out pretty hard.
Oh yeah. Yeah, this year he hasn't thrown a pick. He's got 8 touchdowns and
doesn't have the vaccine holding him back.
Exactly, dude. He's
Fucking pisses me off that he's one of the best quarterbacks in the league right now, man.
yeah.
but it's also
so
funny
infuriating.
that even with all that, they're still 1-2.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Oh,
That's at least some sweet karma there.
I missed the kick and it was funny. Sorry, Vikings
I know there's gonna be
fans.
Vikings fans listening, like, you hate the Vikings. I do. They're in my division. I hate it.
Yeah.
You don't hate the Vikings. Just hate Kirk Cousins.
It's yeah, you know, I mean, plus they're usually like the closest team with the Packers. There's a couple years with the Bears, and then Lions are there, but it's Lions are like the Jets of the division.
Yeah.
So they plugged in Alexander Madison here with Dalvin Cook being injured, and he basically did Dalvin Cook things.
Yeah, he really did.
Like, that really makes me wonder, like, is the Vikings line just that good? Are they just, like, built well enough around him to, like, plug and play basically anybody in that position? Because that's pretty handy if that's the fucking case.
Yeah,
I mean, it could also just be that maybe Alexander Madison's
Maybe
like,
Madison's
good,
just that good. Yeah, absolutely.
he when did they get Madison? They drafted him 3rd round 2019. So I mean, he got drafted pretty high up.
Yeah.
He's
He's always been a solid backup too, is the thing. So it's like, I'm not necessarily
Yeah.
even like trying to take it away from him. I'm just blown away that like it was basically Dalvin Cook numbers,
I
Like
think-
there was
Yeah,
no
to-
drop off.
To your point, I think they do have a very good offensive line and
Stop trying to take it away from him, Bear.
I'm
Now,
sorry. He
I'm
gets
gonna-
it. He can have it.
I'm gonna take it away from him. I think the Seattle Seahawks defense blows ass outside of like
Yeah, that's true.
outside of like what's his name, the Jamal Adams and like
yeah.
Bobby Wagner.
Yeah, Jets great Jamal Adams. Yeah.
Isn't Trey Flowers pretty good? I thought he was doing okay.
Or what's his name? KJ Wright. That's what I was thinking of. I think KJ Wright's hurt, so that's not good.
Yeah.
Remember when Legion of Boom?
Yeah.
Wait,
that was years ago.
It really
Wait,
was.
is KJ Wright with the Raiders?
The Raiders.
Maybe it is who I'm thinking of. Maybe I am just thinking of Bobby Wagner. I think I am. Never mind. Seahawks defense sucks is what it boils down to, and yeah. So
I mean, that's been a problem for several years now, right?
Yep.
Yeah.
Trying their best, but the defense is leaky.
You can go ahead, Endor. Go ahead.
Thank God. Okay, Packers, 49ers, we've arrived. Oh boy, this was a fun one.
Let's hear about it, Coach.
It's especially fun because we won the game.
That sounds nice. What's that like?
Well, it's kind of like having the better of the LaFleur brothers. One that actually creates schemes and plays and gets players open.
Does he run players in different directions than the same direction?
He does.
That's amazing.
Y'all also have two
LaFleur.
really good players named Aaron.
Yeah, we do. We have Aaron Jones and Aaron Rodgers. And it was great. I mean, we opened this game, we were up 17-0. It looked like we were just going to blow them out. And then the 49ers got the ball at like the 1 yard line, and then they missed a delay of game or something like that. And then they brought in, what's his name? Trey Lance. And he ran for a touchdown. So I was like, all right, great. They're coming back. And they did, because then they got another touchdown to open the half, and it got close, and then it was a wacky-ass game. But, like, it was some of the worst officiating I've seen this year. So I'm not even like, dumb refs cost the Packers. Like, they're bad on both sides. Like, the pass interference calls on the Packers that they were getting.
The non-call on the helmet-to-helmet.
Oh,
yeah,
my
there
God.
was the
Devontae Adams.
Devontae Adams was dead for a while.
He was legit just laying there, and they're just like, no flag. Like there was, but yeah, even like the Packers, with like their wide receivers, like the 49ers would barely like touch them, and they're like pass interference. I was like, all right, like that's probably not pass interference. That's not good. And then, dude, the roughing the passer made me lose my mind because I saw him throw the flag. Garoppolo didn't even get knocked down. He didn't even fall down. And they're like roughing the passer.
Yeah.
He's standing up. How's that roughing him?
Look,
like,
you can't shove him. Look, we'll give you the helmet-to-helmet, but you can't shove the quarterback. All right?
you can spearhead Adams.
Pivotal moment of the game. Actually, look at it this way, though. That ref just knew that they had to get the 49ers down the field a bit faster so that Aaron would have enough time to win the game. So they were doing you a favor, honestly.
Yeah. So that was just bad, but that was it. You give Aaron Rodgers 37 seconds, and you may as well just give him
timeouts.
No timeouts, 37 seconds.
That's the
And
thing.
you leave the middle of the field wide open on 3 consecutive plays.
Yeah.
Which, by the way, he came back from that injury. I don't know if it was a concussion. He said he got the wind knocked out of him, but I'm like, I don't know.
Yeah.
I can't believe they let him back on the field.
Yeah. So he came back and 132 yards and a touchdown for Adams. And that was crazy. Like, just him, that pass. He's like perfectly thrown over the middle to Adams, like above Fred Warner. And then just the ability to get the line up and everybody lined up and get the ball snapped is like just amazing. Then that field goal almost got blocked, actually.
Yeah, it was really close.
Yeah. But
what's interesting is I look at all the games we've gone over and all the teams. I don't think there's really any teams except maybe the Rams and maybe the Bills that are like absolute like unbeatable gods. Like there's really no god team this year. Like it's everyone seems very beatable, which is nice. I like that.
Yeah, I agree with that. I mean, even like, oh my God, I thought Garoppolo looked terrible. Like the first half, and even like he had that one thing where he like spun around and threw the ball backwards. Like,
oh right, yeah,
that was
kind of fumble thing that he did. Yeah.
Oh, that's the other thing they missed, the intentional grounding he threw. There was like nobody around and he threw it and they just didn't call it.
There's no rules on intentional grounding. They call that, they change game to game.
Yeah, it's all this shit they call when they want to. That's the problem. They're like, no, seriously, like, he looks like roughing the passer to me.
It's games like this that make me kind of like, I wish there was like some investigative journalist looking into whether these fuckers are making bets now. Like now that Vegas is in the NFL, like there's betting, like it seems like they're doing makeup calls and stuff and keeping games close and shit through their bullshit officiating.
You even insinuate that?
That would never happen in sports. That's not a thing.
Especially football.
Especially not that.
I don't I said this to you guys during the day, but like even watching Red Zone, I'm getting annoyed because now Red Zone is just putting up like, the spread up on every games and like there's so much betting advertising, like more than normal.
Yeah, they need to calm down with DraftKings, really.
Well, they're not gonna. I mean, Jerry Jones just bought into some sports betting company, and some other groups are getting into, like, it's fully in the league now.
By the way, oh my god, that Chris Collinsworth thing pissed me off. He's just like,
which one?
There's like the Chris Collinsworth end of the game. He's like, little push off. Is it legal? Is it not? And I'm like, no, it's not legal. That's why it's a rule that can be broken and it's a penalty. He's like, hey, what?
Hey, no.
You would think that, judging by coach's speech, that the Packers actually lost this game, but they didn't.
It felt like we lost. Without Aaron Rodgers,
the Niners are stupid. The Niners deserve to lose that game.
Yeah. Like, it was...
I mean, I actually did kind of doubt Rodgers could make it with 37 seconds and no timeouts, but what do I know?
Too much.
What's that
time,
meme?
Man.
Yeah,
like minute 37 playoff game meme with the Cowboys. Just like give him too much time.
Yeah, it's 37 seconds with no timeout.
By the way, the people that were like, I think he's trying to set the Packers up for failure and show management. Like, no, you just showed you right there. Like, he's playing to win the football game. It was such a dumb argument, too. Like, why is he going to sacrifice his body to be like, take that, management?
Like, and his own stats,
take
too.
That,
like,
millionaires.
And his
Don't
friends.
you feel silly now?
Like, and all his teammates. He'd be like, yeah, screw you, teammates. I know we're friends, but I'm doing this. Like, it's so stupid.
And you haven't wronged me at all, but I'm going to wrong you.
Yeah. So, it's, I mean, overall, defense actually looked better, so I'm happy with that. As long as they can do something for parts of the game and not play like they did against the Saints, that's all that matters. We ran the ball, thank God. Aaron Jones, 82 yards, 4.3 yards a carry, touchdown, looks good. Pretty happy. Overall, the Lizard King had a catch. That was a good one. So, yeah, you know what? Overall, happy. We're 2-1, and we got out of San Francisco alive because we've lost there many a times.
Is that the Peyton rant about Joe Buck that you linked?
Oh yes, yeah, that was. I like that in Booze and Balls. It's
it's
good.
So good.
It's very good. Yeah,
it's so good.
Speaking of the Peyton cast, we had the final game of the week: Cowboys Eagles.
Ooh.
It was as bad as we thought it would be.
Yeah.
Cowboys, 21-26, 238, 3 touchdowns. Prescott, Dak looking good.
Dak. Putting the Cowboys on prime time. Stop it.
That's never going to stop. That's going to get worse.
Fucking
They're
stop.
Get more and more
They're
games.
They're going to get
every
a
year.
weekly primetime game.
Yeah.
Didn't you hear they're America's team?
Dalton Schultz was their leading receiver. I don't even know who that is.
Mm-hmm.
Dalton Schultz. There he is. Okay, he had 2 touchdowns, 80 yards. CeeDee Lamb, 66. Amari Cooper, only 26 yards receiving.
Yeah.
And then the running game was one of the big things too. Like 95 yards for Zeke, 60 for Tony Pollard. They're both
2
averaging
TDs for him too.
Yeah, they were both averaging like 5.5 yards a carry. Like, that's real bad for the Eagles.
Yeah.
On the other side, the Eagles looked awful. Real bad.
Yeah.
So
Hurts didn't look horrible though. Like, he's,
He got help in garbage time, though. Trust me, I know. I started him this week.
yeah, he is garbage time. Like, he didn't look good.
Yeah.
I still don't think he's a bad quarterback, but he's still like in his second year, and he's practically in his first year at this point.
It's basically his rookie season, more or less.
So I would say, give him some time. But the Eagles, they're not going anywhere. I don't think so.
Or maybe they win the division. Who knows?
Or maybe they don't. Who knows?
Yeah.
They might go on a run at the end.
Win
Win like 9 in a row.
Yeah, and they'll win the division 6 and
yeah.
6-15 or however the fuck.
Yeah. So that
I
puts
can't
that puts the Cowboys in first place of the NFC East.
This week.
Not for long.
Yeah.
But the Hogs right behind them.
Go Hogs.
Go Hogs. I trust in the Hogs. And those are your games of the week. Sinvicta Power Rankings.
Thank you, Coach Krendor. Power rankings here, ready to go for week number 4. Woo. We're going to go around the horn, see if we can get the top 5 for the Power Rankings, NFL PowerRankings.com, Power Rankings, Bibles of the Internet, starting with Robert.
Let us go with the Rams.
Yep. Bear.
I'm going to say the Cardinals.
Oh,
Wow. Disrespect. 2 weeks in a row now.
Coach Crandall.
Unbelievable.
I'll go Bills.
Yep. Apollo.
The box.
Yep. Back up to Rob.
The Packers.
Yep. And Bear for the dunk.
Oh, no. Let's maybe go with the Browns? All right.
All right, 2, Coach Krendor, can you save it?
It's probably still the Chiefs, honestly. Wow.
Oh.
And Apollo, just for the vanity guess.
Did we say the? Oh no. What about the Panthers? Did we say the Panthers yet?
Give me one
no
more. Give me
respect
one
to the
more.
three now.
One more here. Is it
Okay.
the Tennessee Titans? Oh my God!
Jesus.
It is the Baltimore Ravens.
What?
Top 5
What?
in order. It is the
No.
Los
They
Angeles
did. They
Rams,
barely
Tampa
even
Bay.
won against the
Nope,
Lions.
nope,
What the fuck kind of ranking is that?
Nope. This is the Bible of the Internet. You cannot argue with the coach. Top
They
5
should be in third
order.
place.
Or nope.
Oh,
Coach,
no,
this is how it's
man.
written. You cannot undo something that's been written. Los Angeles Rams now number 1, taking over the Tampa Bay Buccaneers, which have fallen to 2. The Packers rising back up into the top 5 now in the 3rd spot. The Buffalo Bills rising one spot to 4th. And then the Ravens falling 2, but still somehow miraculously staying in the top 5. Now, this
I'd
one
honestly
might
put the
surprise
Bills
you.
ahead of the Packers. I don't know why they have that.
Yeah, I was gonna say
Yeah.
that too.
This one might surprise you that the Chiefs are only in spot 6, sitting at 1-2. They have the worst record. The only other, you have to go down at least 15 spots before you find another 1-2 team. Okay, it's actually 10, but still another 1-2 team before you find something equivalent to the Chiefs. And rounding out the top 10 are the Niners staying at 7th, the Browns staying in 8th, the Raiders now moving back up from the 11th spot to the 9th spot. And then
The 9th.
Chargers rounding out the top 10. Now, we go on to Robert. Robert, it's that time. It's your time, Rob.
Yep.
True or false? The New York Jets are ranked dead last in the Power Rankings, NFL.com Power Rankings.
I think it's time. It's true.
That is absolutely correct. Indeed, the New York Jets have indeed fallen to the 30th spot, or from the 30th to the 32nd spot in the NFL Power Rankings, NFL.com Power Rankings. The write-up here from Dan Hansis, because, if I have to read the Bucs when they're number 1, I got to read the Jets when they're last place. The Jets are 0-3 for the 3rd consecutive season, and it's bad. It's a bad 0-3. Sunday shutout.
Right.
By the way, there's an emphasis on the word bad. It's italicized.
It's
He's right.
I assume, yeah.
Sunday's
choice.
shutout loss to the Broncos was filled with penalties, drops, blown assignments, and turnovers. The result was a non-competitive performance that reflects badly on the new head coach Robert Saleh and general manager Joe Douglas, who should start taking some heat for his constructions of a Jets team that's lost 17 of 19 games under his stewardship. Zach Wilson was far from good from his 3rd start, but received virtually no help from his Jets teammates who weren't ready for Denver's intensity. In defense of Wilson and the offense, the schedule dealt them 3 of the best defenses in football to start the season. The Titans should present something of a respite, but nothing can be assumed in Gotham these days. Thank you very much, Dan. Now, we go on to the thinnest dinks and the fattest doinks. I know that, Bear, you've been waiting for this one. We're going to go to the fattest doink. these two teams, Bear, I'll give you get to guess one of them. Actually, there's three fattest doinks, I should say, not two. So, out of the three fattest doinks, two of these teams are two of the hosts of this show's favorite team. Can you name all three, or better yet, can you just name one? Each of these teams have fallen 8 spots. 8 spots. One of them has fallen from the 9th position to the 17th. Another has fallen from the 12th to the 20th, and finally, the other one has fallen from the 15th to the 23rd. Name one of those three teams, and I already gave you a big enough hint.
I'm feeling fairly confident one of those is the Pittsburgh Steelers.
That is absolutely correct. The Patriot or the
there's another one.
I gave away the other one.
Guess, so you're good.
The Patriots have fallen to the 23rd spot, falling from the 15th, but the Steelers have fallen from the 12th all the way down to the 20th. And we'll leave it to Apollo. Apollo, can you name the other team other than the Patriots and the Steelers who have fallen 8 spots from the 9th spot to the 17th spot? I'll give you a hint. They are in the NFC.
Oh, let's see. Who fell? From what spot to what spot again?
They fell from the 9th spot to the 17th spot.
How about the Seahawks?
That is absolutely correct.
Nice.
The Seahawks have indeed fallen all the way down from the 9th spot, breaking the top 10 last week, all the way down to the 17th spot.
Mm-hmm.
Now, with the just the first line of this write-up saying, "Hang an out of order sign on the Seahawks defense because it's basically broken." Thank you very much, Dan Handus. And finally, Coach Krendor, because we got to give one. We just got to give one for you, Coach Krendor. You've been waiting for it. True or false? The Dallas Cowboys are now in the top 15.
Oh, that's true, without a doubt.
Of the NFL Power Rankings, NFL.com Power Rankings. That's absolutely correct. The Cowboys now are coming back, roaring back into the top 15, starting from the 17th spot now up to the 14th spot. The Cowboys look like the best team in the NFC East, and it's not even particularly cold right now.
What's a high bar?
Dude.
And that is going to do it for the Power Rankings. Back up to Bob, Bear,
To Bob?
and Apollo.
You
back
finally
in the
got
booth
promoted to Bob, dude.
It's me.
Congratulations.
Look, I need to eat something before I die. Dun-dun-dun.
Well, before that, let me give you some fun stats. Zach Wilson has been sacked the most in the NFL, 15 sacks so far. Justin Fields is second at 11, even though he's only played like one game.
He got sacked 9 of those this past week, so we'll see if that holds true to next week.
And Joe Burrow and Ryan Tannehill at 10, right there. And number one passer rating still Russell Wilson.
Yeah. And also I wanted to mention before we ended the show, did you guys see Eli Manning flipping the bird to everyone
I did see that.
Yes,
in the world? And like Peyton Manning egging him on, going like, do it.
And then he did it.
Yeah, and he did it.
You know that's going to be a regular thing. I mean, it's just two brothers who know a lot about football.
Yeah, it's great.
Entertaining. Yeah.
I love it. I hope they keep doing it. But they're not going to be back till week 7 now. What am I supposed to? I got to watch real ESPN? That sucks.
Yeah.
You can watch Joe Buck.
I'm Joe Buck.
Whoa, Jock.
Oh.
There's a new character on the on the podcast.
Oh, he's got to have like a reverse inflection, though. He's like, oh, Joe. Yeah, do it. It's like physically impossible.
Just broken speech. Yeah, like that's a.
He's playing it in reverse.
Oh, bullfoot.
Fire.
Down.
Okay, I applaud.
Okay,
Okay,
yeah.
I like it. I like it.
Good dog. Good.
Speaking of reversals, Invicta is now tied for last place in the pick'ems.
Yeah, I told you, Coach. That's the last time. I'm doing meme picks now. It's all serious because I'm tired of you saying, "Oh, I'm undefeated."
Unbelievable! I am now
How do you both say they're
first
undefeated in pickups?
first place in the pick'ems and in fantasy football. It's just a great time. And my team's in first place in football. It's just great.
You enjoy it, man.
Let's see what happens this week, though, Buster.
We will. We will see.
I had a way better stat though. Is my record for predicting AFC versus NFC matchups?
Yeah, man.
I'm at 69% according to Pixel.
Shout out
Well, there you
Pixel
go.
Haven Stats yet again. Thank you for the work. Appreciate you.
And Rob was 6-0 this week predicting AFC versus NFC matchups. Also,
That's
I
right.
locked the Denver Broncos. Last time the Broncos were locked was December 29th, 2019 against the Raiders.
God damn.
Apparently, there are currently 8 teams with an even longer lock droughts. Now I'm
Okay,
curious
so
who
when I
those are.
saw that, I wanted to figure it out. We should figure it out together.
Yeah.
Who do you think it is?
Gosh.
Wait, what was the question again?
There's 8 teams that had a lock drought on this show longer than the Denver Broncos. And the last time we locked them was December 29th, 2019. So almost 2 years.
I would say
Since
the
we locked
Lions are definitely one.
And the Jets and the Jags,
The
right?
Jets, yeah.
Well,
maybe
see,
the
but someone-
Dolphins?
Someone
I feel like
name
somebody
locked
locked
the
the Jets. Yeah, I think
Oh,
somebody.
maybe,
locked them.
yeah.
But these are teams that have been locked, right?
No, these are teams that have not been locked in
Oh, have-
over 2 years.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I'm gonna say the Broncos.
Well, that's
Well,
the one we just
Listening
did.
to the conversation at all.
That's what led to this. Is I literally locked the Broncos last week.
Did you lock the Broncos?
You know, Melvin
Next.
Gordon's on that team.
Yeah, you might not know
Oh
that.
wait, Melvin Gordon's on the team?
Yeah.
By the way,
Okay,
I
the
also wanted
Broncos,
to
though.
mention. I don't know if you guys have been noticing the increasing hogness of the Washington football team on the stats every week. Like there was a little hog.
Oh,
poking
yeah, I
out
did
last
see
week,
that.
Oh,
and
no, that's been
now
one of
it's
my
just a
favorite
hog.
highlights for
Yeah,
sure, yeah.
I love that. And then Bear picks the Bills more frequently after they lose than after they win.
Yeah, that was weird to me. And it's like a lot more frequently, too, which is odd. But yeah.
For the first time in 2 seasons, an NFC South team was the fattest doink, the Saints.
Oof.
And a dink for a doink. This was the second time the fattest doink has played the thinnest dink.
Oh,
The other was Week 9 last season, Raiders-Vikings, and the dink has won both times.
Well, the
amazing.
Dink almost lost this time.
That's true, they did. And it
well,
was
that's why they were
the
a dink.
The Raiders were involved in both these games.
I'm gonna say the Denver Broncos.
I think he's right.
That's a good one.
He's got it.
Seeing that terminology written out that way, really, it makes me equal parts like ashamed and satisfied of our decision to go with that from this point on.
Yeah.
I'm honestly, I still get confused. I'm like, which one's the
It's
dink?
not very clear at all.
Well, originally I was like for sure on it, but as time has progressed, I've lost all meaning in it. I don't
Yeah.
know anymore.
Yeah.
I had the only reason why I keep track of it is because I have to. It's my job.
Right. Yeah.
Bear corrected me that one time on it, and I was like, yeah, all right, I gotta get down. What is the
He's
thinnest
committed
dink and the
now.
fattest doink?
So buckle up. It's Pick'em's time.
Pick'em.
Do a weird voice when we do the pick'ems. You gotta go like pick'em.
So
He's not doing that. Oh, fine, whatever. Go. He's not gonna participate.
Pick'ems.
It's pick thems.
Could I have the pickles, please?
Up and pick thems.
Oh, it's a newscast.
Game
Breaking
of
news.
the week. We have a battle of the cats.
That's
Cat
true.
battle.
Cat battle.
Battle. Jaguars, Bengals.
I wonder
Okay,
who's
in
gonna
a
win.
real fight though, who's got it? Who do you
I
think?
am going to be locking the Cincinnati Bengals.
Wow.
Oh,
I feel
Wow.
like the Bengals are one of the unlocked teams,
think
and
you
now
might
I have
be
the
right.
opportunity.
You might be right.
I,
And actually, I'm taking them
really-
two in a real fight.
Yeah.
dude, I don't want to pick the Jaguars, but I have that scary feeling they're gonna win this game.
Might be the one.
have you even been seeing them play? Trevor Lawrence has 1 touchdown.
Dude, I know, but that's what happens. Like you get caught up in the games before, but then like the Bengals aren't like an amazing team, right? They're like this is like
They're better than the Jags.
like if
I
this
mean, hey,
was
look,
like Packers Jaguars, I'd be like, yeah, I'll lock the Packers 6 times to Sunday, dude. But like,
Oh no, there's one of those locks probably wouldn't work.
hey, yeah, I mean, go for it if you want to. Sure, Go ahead.
No, I don't. I'm just saying I'm trying to build intrigue, and I'm trying to look like smarter when like my pick is wrong and the Jaguars do win.
Yeah.
All right, check it, dude. The Bengal Tiger, according to animalscomparison.com, has a 100% chance of winning a fight against a Jaguar.
Wow.
So,
All right.
I mean, I'm taking those
100%.
odds, dude. I don't know about you guys. I'm going with the Bengals.
Well, yeah, science doesn't lie.
I don't know their qualifications, but that sounds right to me. So I'll
It's
take the
animalscomparison.com. I mean, it's got to be the number one resource for this kind of thing.
I think you're probably right. Yeah.
I
don't know it.
I'm gonna take the Bengals.
Locking those Bengals, dude. Let's go. All right. Titans, Jets. Who would win? An actual Titan or a Jet?
I'm gonna go with the Titan would win that.
Well, I think so too.
Yeah.
It depends. What are we talking, like colossal Titan or just like a regular run of the mill
that's a good
Titan?
point.
Are they the small ones? Are they big? You know,
I think any Titan's going to be a Jet.
I'm pretty sure it'd be any Titan. It's just
I don't know, man. Like a jet can fly high enough up in the air and just be dropping bombs on the guy
but
the whole time.
It would be pretty
But you
hard.
have to land eventually. You're gonna have
That's
to
true.
thing
and
is-
then
that
he
is
hunts you
true.
down,
you know,
yeah.
in this comparison, Bear, that the bombs actually have to hit something. So
That's
if
also
they
a
run out
fair
of ammo,
point. Yeah,
they
you're just
land.
throwing a bunch of bombs that are going nowhere. You're not really
Yeah,
doing
and the
yourself
jet
a favor.
actually
That does sound like
has
the
to
Jets.
fly a proper route and not end
Yeah,
up in
that's a good
They
point.
have to actually miss the ground when they take off too. So I'm gonna go ahead and take the Titan.
Like when the home base is pilot or the pilot is phoning into doesn't really give him like the proper instructions at any given point. It's gonna be difficult. For him, you know?
Yeah, aim for the mouth.
they throw the ball.
This is a really good radio voice.
Where's our other pilot? Oh, he doesn't know the playbook. He's not going to be
Yeah, he fell out. He fell out while we were.
We decided to sit him.
I'm gonna pick the Jets.
Really?
No, I'm gonna pick
all
the
right.
Come on.
Yeah, it's the Titans. Everybody
Yeah,
everybody
It's all
Titans.
Titans. Yeah. I might even
I believe I will
we'll-
be going with the Titans.
Yeah. We might rally back to this, and I might lock the Titans.
I'm
We'll
gonna
see.
go ahead and say I'm locking the Titans in.
Okay,
Oh,
all right,
hilarious.
fair
Snag
enough.
that one
fair
right
enough.
away.
He's
Knock that out.
lacking the Titan.
How
I'm
brave of
lacking
you
the
to
Titans.
lock against the Jets.
Oh, folks.
I mean, I like to take risks every now
Can I
and then.
can I
you
get
know
a
me.
stat on who's the most cowardly and locks against the Jets? The
We
most
should
often?
see that.
Yeah.
Cowardly locks.
Yeah.
Lions, Bears, dude.
Fuck, this is impossible.
This could be a
Bear,
Lions.
yeah.
Rough.
I'm gonna
Bear,
pick the
what does the
Lions.
animal comparison say? Bear.
Oh yeah, animal comparison.
Dude,
We
shit,
need.
yeah, this is an interesting one.
a
They've got to
fight-
have this one.
I feel like a full-grown grizzly bear would like annihilate.
Yeah,
a
a bear
Yeah,
would
I know.
absolutely destroy a lion.
Yeah, probably. Unless it's like a lady lion. They're the
Bear
stronger
versus
ones,
lion
right?
animal
Yeah,
fight.
but does the bear have Matt Nagy controlling its movements?
That's a good point. Yeah.
Considering the unavoidable size differences between the two, the bear should be hot favorite to win any battle with the lion.
Well, I mean, the bear should have won, but I mean, it only had about 1.1 second to attack before the lions were at its throat. So
There's
no, what have we done?
The
I
bear
feel
is facing the opposite direction. Why is he doing that? Well, it's a good play in my book.
The bear is just is hunching over and just taking a dump while the lion is just standing back and watching it.
but yeah,
I
I'm gonna
honestly
take
think
the
the
Lions.
Lions.
Yeah,
I'm taking
I'm
the
going with
Lions.
Lions here.
I'm gonna go with lions. I'm sorry, Rob.
I just want to say beforehand, Pixel Haven do not feel obligated to add animal comparisons pick'ems as.
I'm really kind of hoping for it.
I mean,
now.
we can track that ourselves.
on the stat tracker this week.
Yeah, no, it's too much.
I
Yeah.
mean, the man already doesn't get paid, Rob.
I know.
Yeah, I know. That's what I'm saying. That's
Put in
I'm saying
special
we shouldn't
requests.
do it. No, I'm saying he
Specifically,
shouldn't.
don't do that.
Yeah,
you
do
saying
not.
you saying it is manifesting it into
Yeah, don't
existence.
do
I
it.
hope
That
not.
wasn't going to happen until you
I'd be
said.
really upset if you don't.
Please,
But you don't have to. But you don't have
Yeah,
to.
don't feel obligated.
Plus, they're not all animal teams. Is the other thing.
Also,
Yeah.
good point. Yeah.
Well, I mean, we have another animal matchup that's even
That's
more
true.
confusing.
Wait,
that
I
we
haven't
would-
picked
Oh, it's
yet.
true.
I'm gonna
Oh, yeah.
pick the Lions.
That sounds right. Yeah.
I'm gonna take the Lions. Sure. Yeah, I'm taking the Lions.
Honestly, I would have locked the Lions if I didn't already lock the Bengals. Just for me.
Well, yeah.
We've
fair.
all picked
I don't trust
with
him.
each other so far. So,
I don't
Yeah.
trust him that much. So
Yeah.
I would have did it just for the meme.
and I think that trend is going to continue for this next pick.
Oh yeah,
Yeah.
we got the Colts and the Dolphins.
Bear.
Oh boy!
If
all
you
right,
would,
I'm off to work.
A
Yeah, I
horse,
don't know
yeah.
if this is one they've
Horse
studied all that
and
much.
A
But let's
horse
figure it
versus
out.
a dolphin.
Yeah.
I don't know.
Horse and dolphin. That'll be a tough one. I mean,
I'm
where's
betting-
the arena?
I'm
Is
betting
it in
the
the
arena
sea?
makes-
it right. Like,
Yeah.
oh, shit,
I-
the Dolphins are at home, so
The Dolphins are at home. It would
yeah,
be
the
a
horse
horse
is just
fight in
gonna
the
drown.
I
Yeah,
feel
he's
like the
fucked.
dolphin would have a slight disadvantage if it wasn't in the water.
That's true.
Yeah.
But the Dolphins at home here in the sea. So I
Right,
mean,
that's
you know,
true.
I think.
But horses can swim though.
Yeah. Can they fight in the sea though?
Oh, they've got dude. Have you seen a horse?
That's a good point.
Yeah. I'm
He's
taking
right.
the
I have
Colts.
seen one.
I'm taking
Now,
the Colts.
listen to this insane dolphin fact I just learned. They
Okay.
murder other animals for fun.
Yes, they
Dolphins
do.
suck. Yeah,
Yeah, they're
Yeah.
assholes.
I mean,
yeah.
cats
they are
also do
not
that.
nice.
I don't know if I'm fucking with the dolphins too much anymore, man. That
Yeah,
seems,
I wouldn't.
That seems pretty frightening.
Well, knowing how dolphins work, you wouldn't have much of a choice.
Yeah, that's
Oh,
They
true.
do that
God,
too.
that's a-
They're awful.
Yeah, they're fucked.
awful.
They're
Yeah,
really
Really
fucked
took
up.
that to a
You know they
dark
fuck.
place.
They fuck other dolphins in the blowhole. Did you know that?
Yeah,
All right, let's
they
get
do
off
that.
I'm not loving this trend.
All right.
Yeah,
Pick a
I mean,
team.
Look,
We got-
it's called a blow job for a reason, right?
almost
Pick a
true.
team. I'm taking the Colts. Who's everybody else taking for this
I feel
football
like
game?
morally obligated to take the Colts right now. I'm gonna pick the Colts, dude.
You know,
They don't call it a blowhole for a reason.
I know.
I think I'm gonna take the Dolphins this time, partially for the memes and because they're in the sea. They can't. The horse can't win.
That's fair.
Yeah.
Do we know if Wentz is coming back this week?
I still trust the Colts defense, so I'm taking the Colts.
Okay, I'm taking the
It's
Dolphins.
fair.
I have no idea who's coming back.
Let's
Go blow
see.
holes.
Wentz. Yeah, go blow holes,
Go blow
everyone.
holes.
That's just a general reminder to everyone.
Ooh, this is a tough pick now coming up here.
Oh yeah,
Mhm. Yeah, you can't use animal comparison on that.
Damn it.
Browns, Vikings. I'm taking the Browns.
I'm going Browns, dude. Yeah, they're looking pretty damn legit right now.
Yeah, but so are the Vikings, though.
Yeah, but the Browns can actually kick field goals pretty well.
That's true.
I
Yeah, I'm
am
taking the
going
Browns. Go Browns.
To
Hold on,
go.
I need to look at the Vikings schedule real quick.
I'm going with the Vikings.
Wow.
Whoa. Wow.
Whoa.
Yeah, I'm taking the Browns.
Okay.
Brownies.
I do think the Vikings could win this, but I'd rather root for the Browns.
The
It's hard to
Cleveland
say.
Paul
This is a close-
Browns.
Yeah, it's a close match. It's a close matchup.
All right, Bear, look up the fight comparison between the color brown and a Viking.
Here we go.
Um,
The color brown is a hot favorite over any violent man.
A hot,
Amazing.
steamy
this is
favorite.
the hot favorite.
You can find anything on the internet.
Yeah, man.
Amazing world.
It's a hog game. Taking
Hogs!
on the
Go
Falcons.
Hogs!
That's
Let's
the
go
new
Hogs.
production effect that we budgeted in this week. It
was very expensive.
Theme. Yeah.
Hold on, we gotta look this
Yeah.
one up. Hog versus Falcon.
Oh, this has got to.
That's gotta be
Yeah.
looked up.
It's got to be
gotta
hog. It's
He didn't even
100%
finish. He
hog.
was so excited he didn't even finish.
Muted the
He
mic.
muted before he finished.
Yeah, it's got to be hog. I mean, hogs are vicious.
I will be taking the Hogs.
Yeah.
They'll eat a falcon.
The hog would 100%. It would eat several falcons. I feel like
It would eat
know?
you to get to.
Hogs are pretty
falcon
big, right?
Yeah, they're
like
strong.
a proper
are
boar.
Yeah, they're enormous.
strong
Yeah.
creatures.
All right. Okay, I found a good one. A Quora question: who would win in a fight between an eagle and a wild boar?
All right.
Okay.
And
Close enough.
this guy has crafted 3 separate scenarios. Here. Okay.
Oh my
2
god.
of them are short, so let me get this. Scenario 1: eagle and boar both on the ground, and boar gets to the eagle before it flies away, which clearly the boar wins.
Right. Of course.
Scenario 2: eagle and boar both in the air. Boar falls and goes splat. Right. Yeah. So now we're coming to scenario 3 of where's the even playing field for the boar and the eagle, right?
Mm-hmm.
Which is the water. Right. Yeah. That's got to be it. So we're gonna put a boar and an eagle in the water to
That
balance
makes
it out.
sense. Yeah.
Who's winning then?
The
Oh,
boar,
boy.
100%.
I
I
think
don't
the
know.
boar,
The
yeah.
boar, like, how good do they swim? Is the question.
They're
I
very
Yeah,
good swimmers.
they might be
Okay, then
buoyant.
I'll be
I think they
taking
look
the boar.
buoyant.
Yeah.
They look
If they're good
buoyant.
swimmers, then that's
I
a
can
boar.
tell you one thing: a boar is a better swimmer than a goddamn bird.
Yeah.
Birds cannot move when they're wet. They have
I
hollow
feel like
bones.
eagles-
I'm thinking
Eagles-
of ducks, dude.
Yeah, they are a
Oregon
water
Ducks
bird.
as a wild card.
I just I pictured an eagle in the water and assumed it would be able to move like a duck, but it
It's
ain't
just-
got no flippers. It
It just turns into a duck as soon as it touches the water.
Yeah, do nothing. Yeah.
See,
I'm
I'm
also
taking
looking
the
at
Hogs.
Eagles when the Eagles are an actual team, and
Go
we're talking
Hogs.
about
Yeah, the
Falcons.
Eagles. I was gonna say, yeah, because the Falcons are a significantly weaker bird. I mean,
Right,
the Eagle
yeah,
might be able
so,
to pick up a hog. You know,
Hogs.
Different
drop it.
scenario, man. Well, gotta go Hogs anyway. Go
Go
Hogs.
Yeah, I'm going
Hogs.
hogs too. Yeah.
Go Hogs.
full
Sorry,
hog. Let's go.
Full hog.
Yeah. We've gone full hog.
Texans, Bills.
Bills.
I'm
Bills.
a lotta the Billa.
We don't even need to
Fucker.
joke about this.
You son of a bitch.
Taking my easy free lock, all right, bud.
No. No comparison required here. This is a pretty easy
Yeah.
pick.
Yeah.
Uh, Giants. Oh,
Wait, sorry. Just briefly. A
Okay.
bison versus a longhorn. I mean, I don't know. I think the bison,
Bison.
probably wins.
Bison
Bison,
probably.
yeah.
Yeah,
Yeah.
still going Bison.
Bison are
wins, yeah.
terrifying.
Yeah, I
I
wouldn't
mean,
fuck with them.
Like bulls are really big, but bison are just like double. as
huge.
big.
Yeah.
dude.
Yeah, they're massive. Yeah.
Yeah, I'm taking the Bills on that.
Yeah,
Giants, Saints.
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 I'm gonna go Giants. I
You
think
guys
they
are
got it.
Hey,
fucking
yeah, this is the
insane.
bounce back game. Shit, I forgot.
Yeah,
It's the
it's
Giants for
bounce
sure.
back.
It might
Oh,
be.
it's Giants all the
You
way.
guys are insane.
No, dude, this is the Jameis Winston experience.
Yep.
There's
This
no
is-
world where the Giants win this
We've
game.
been on
There
this
definitely
ride
is.
for a few years,
I
man.
don't buy it for even the slightest bit.
I
We're
don't
gonna do
know.
it.
This could be the one.
This is gotta be it.
I'm gonna take the Saints.
Oh, boy.
This
This is
Yeah.
gonna be
I
a
don't
split
think
pick, dude.
this is even remotely close. I'm amazed.
No,
you
this is
guys
gonna be a split pick.
It's gonna
I
be
think-
good.
hate that I have to pick the Saints.
No.
Yeah, thank you for
Of
being
all
on the
people.
side of the correct pick
Come
here.
on
I'm glad.
now.
I'm telling you, dude. Giants got this one.
Daniel Jones.
Look, I
Daniel
have to actually
Jones.
win this week to shut Crenton up. So
Just wait.
have
When
to
my
actually use my
Giant
brain
pick
for these
pays off, it's gonna be good.
Of all people to not believe in the Jameis Winston experience, it's you. I can't believe it.
Yeah.
I don't believe in it, but I also think that the Giants are just awful. So I'm going with
Yeah.
the Saints.
Giants got this. Chiefs, Eagles.
It's got to be the Chiefs.
Yeah,
Here,
it's
man.
Chiefs.
If
Here,
you
look-
lose
here,
this
look
game,
up
they're in
the-
fucking trouble.
Here, we need a
Yeah.
historical, accurate representation of Native Americans versus Eagles. Native
Yeah.
Americans versus Eagles. Who wins?
If you haven't locked yet, this is a good time.
This is a good
not
I
time.
was
bad
thinking
idea, yeah.
about it, but there's another one maybe. Yeah, fine. Lock the Chiefs.
Hey, there you go.
I was thinking about between this one and like the Bucks later, but
Yeah.
This one's probably better.
Oh.
Yeah, I'm gonna take the Chiefs on this.
yeah.
This one, ooh, next one's pretty close. Panthers,
Yeah.
Cowboys.
Let me go
Panther
with
would
the
win.
Panthers here, dude.
yeah.
There's no
Also,
chance
the
the
Panther would
Cowboy.
definitely win. Yeah, no, that's
Yeah,
we don't even have to look.
I mean, if the Panther gets the drop on the Cowboy, he's got no chance. I mean, he's got a 6-shooter, but I mean,
That's
you
true.
the
have to be
Panther
able
can
to see the
survive 3 of
Panther.
those 6, dude.
That's probably true. Yeah.
No, hold on. I gotta look up Christian McCaffrey.
Oh, I hate this.
Mm.
I'm gonna take the Cowboys.
Wow.
Oh no.
It's
Wow.
gonna be
Yeah, I
the
think-
Cowboys.
I think
think
I'm gonna take the Cowboys just because McCaffrey's hurt.
Yeah.
That's
And
true.
apparently the backup is Chuba Hubbard.
Oh,
Yeah.
Great name,
Chuba.
dude.
Yeah, yeah.
Chuba Hubbard.
no,
Chuba
it's not.
Hubbard. Then that must be how that's
Mhm.
pronounced.
Yeah.
Mhm.
No, it's not. It's Chuba.
No, it's true. I thought it was true, but I thought that's what they were saying on the cast, but maybe I'm wrong.
I don't know. Either way, I'm taking the Cowboys 'cause I don't know how much I trust Chuba.
It's pronounced GIF, Rob.
Chuba Hubbard, actually.
Mhm. It might be. You might be right. You might be right. Should I take the Cowboy? I mean,
I'm taking the Cowboys.
I'm going
The
Panthers, dude.
The Panthers have had. Just think about how bad the record of the teams that the Panthers have played so far, and CMC is out.
that's true.
Fucking out.
Someone's still upset about it.
I think he's right. Yeah.
Yeah.
All right. I'll get peer pressured into it. I'll take the Cowboys, but
I'm
I swear
sticking
to
with
God,
my guns, goddammit,
He's
Panthers.
sticking, dude.
I think you're right. I think you. And I'm gonna say as a secondary, I think you're right, but I'm still taking the Cowboys.
All right, it's on record.
Seahawks, 49ers.
49ers.
I'm gonna take the Seahawks.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Nah, it's gonna be the Niners. They're gonna be looking. They're gonna hopefully not decide to give Aaron Rodgers 30 seconds to play.
No, I
and
think
then-
they're going to give Russell Wilson 30 seconds and it'll probably be bad, so I'm going Seahawks.
Yeah, I'm going Seahawks.
The
Too.
defense for the Seahawks is not good, and
Yeah, but
49ers
Garoppolo
ain't
is
that
not
good either.
Garoppolo is not. He's not good. He's not good. But I will say that also, like the receivers for the Niners, particularly Deebo Samuel, is just
You can't get it to
He's
him.
not
He
good.
literally
Yeah.
throws it terribly.
This offense versus this defense is like the case of when a stoppable force meets a movable object.
It really is. So that'll be a close one. I take Seahawks.
Yeah.
Niners.
Cardinals, Rams.
I'm excited for this one.
This is
dude.
a good
This is
one.
gonna be a good game.
This is gonna be tough. Yeah.
The
Gonna
Rams
be the-
will win, though.
Freaking Rams.
Yeah, I can't pick
think
against
it's
the
got to
Rams.
be the Rams, especially at home.
It's like interdivisional too. Like you never know. Even
Cardinals
though the
looked
Rams,
kind of weak last week, dude.
that's true, but it is a divisional game. You know.
Yeah.
Like,
Cardinals are going to see the Rams defense and go, "Oh fuck, this is
Yeah,
this
that's
is a good
true.
defense."
That's what I think too. Yeah.
But I mean, if you're gonna have one QB in the league that's gonna have to run away on every play, I feel like you want that to
Oh,
be
Kyler
Kyler
Murray.
Murray.
Probably
right?
Kyler, yeah.
Yeah.
I mean, he's definitely got the magic in him to pull this off, but that's going to be how it happens, you know?
Yeah,
I don't,
100%,
but on
yeah.
paper, the Rams are way better. So
Yeah.
I don't know.
yeah, I'll take
Like,
the
it's
Rams.
gotta be the
too.
Rams.
It's safer. Yeah.
Yep.
Yeah, I'll take the
Packers, Steelers. Give me the Packers.
Yep, I will
Yeah.
give you the Packers.
That's almost a lock, dude.
Yeah, it's pretty close.
Packers there.
First time for the Steelers.
I would.
feel like.
I will say, like, obviously the Steelers are terrible. There are moments when they randomly play really good for no reason whatsoever,
Yeah.
and it will happen at a couple times this season. So just be wary if you want to lock.
That's true.
I mean,
But
historically,
the Packers is my pick.
Yeah. Historically
I-
speaking, they've never had a losing season, so you know it
Yeah.
it may level out.
I
course
am
of the season.
taking the Pittsburgh Steelers.
Wow. Look at this guy.
Look at
'Cause
this guy.
I think that they're going to have a rebound game, and I think that Ben is going to torch the Packers.
I don't know about that.
Torch anyone when you throw 5 yards.
And
When
on
you
top of
refuse to
that-
throw down
On top of that, Apollo picked against the Steelers, which is why they're going to win.
Wow, all right.
True, I did
Okay.
pick against the Steelers like 10 times last season, and they won like 11 games in a row. So
Yeah.
They won more than you can pick them.
Yeah, no, we have pretty solid corners now with Alexander and Stokes, and I don't think they have enough receivers to.
But you also have King.
Yeah, they.
No, he's injured. He was injured
Oh.
against the 49ers, and it was actually amazing because we didn't blow any coverages really.
I'm still sticking with the Steelers.
All right, that's fine. I need to get ahead of games on Sinvicta more. All right, then we got Ravens Broncos.
Oh,
This is kind of hard.
I'm gonna keep riding the Bronco train.
Ooh, okay.
Can we not say you're going to keep riding the Broncos?
Well, I mean, in the fight, come on, it's obvious.
Yeah,
the
the
Bronco
horse would
beats
win.
the Raven.
no,
Let's be real.
Ravens are way too smart. They're not going to go into
No,
this.
it's
Yeah,
not.
that's
We're
true. They are
doing
pretty smart.
one-to-one comparisons, brother. We're talking about one Bronco versus one Raven.
I've seen videos of horses eating birds, okay?
That's well. I mean, I
All
have
the bird
to-
has to do is land on its head, and then the horse is done.
Yeah, Ravens are pretty clever.
It
Like
just
they
pecks
may-
the eyes out,
yeah,
and
pecks
then
his
it's
eyes
over,
out.
dude.
Yeah.
Just like let it run its
okay,
shit.
yeah, I'm
Raven
not
wins
opposed to that idea.
You
Yeah.
can see it happening.
A,
You know?
a horse does not lose to a raven in a fight.
No,
One
actually,
of the
Apollo's
smartest
kind of
animals on the planet. If
The
it had
Raven might be able
intention-
to figure it out. Yeah, if the Raven
Yeah.
knew it was a fucking life or death moment, he might realize what he has to do.
Yeah, if he
I
was
don't
in
know.
like an arena brawl, like he
Yeah.
he could
I'd
work it
love-
out.
he would
I would
scope out the
love-
situation.
I'd love to see a raven trying to hold on as a Bronco just going insane while trying to land
Well,
on
a
its
Bronco
head.
can only buck its back. The Raven lands on the head. All it can do is go.
That's true. Yeah.
Let's picture a
I
Raven at
visualized
like
it.
Yeah, no, I did the movement too.
But it also can't do any damage from the top of the head. So
let's
what
picture
the
a
eyes are.
Raven like at a bar riding the Bronco thing, and everyone's like, "Woo, yeah!"
Plus, the Raven could just stay in the air for a while. Tired.
Yeah.
Out, you know.
Video
I mean, you know what? I'm going Ravens. I'm going Ravens. Look,
There you go.
It's not a raven, but there's a video of a dog on top of one of those Broncos, and everyone's like, "Woo, get him, Skeeter!" It's real good.
That sounds incredible.
I'm
Actually,
going Ravens, man. Fuck it.
I'm pissed off that the Ravens were ranked 5th in the power. I'm actually so
Yeah, that's
upset.
actually
It's influencing my pick here, but no, I don't think the Broncos go 4. No, that never happens. I gotta pick the Ravens.
Their opponents are 0-9, for God's sake.
I'm going.
no, it never happens.
I'm going Ravens on
here's the
this.
thing.
Ravens
This is gonna
almost
be
lost
like
to the Lions.
yeah, but like.
Oh,
But here's the thing: the Broncos' offense is definitely not good enough to outscore the Ravens' offense. So, like, no matter what happens, I think this game's going to be under 10 points.
Isn't that good? Fuck, he's right. I'm
Until it
picking the
is.
Broncos. I'm changing.
Wow! Wow!
oh boy.
You
I'm
guys,
taking the Ravens.
you guys may have forgotten about this, but the Broncos have a guy named Melvin Gordon.
That's true. Oh no, you're right.
I'm staying with the Ravens.
I'm staying with the Ravens here, yeah.
I'll take the Ravens too. I think you could peck out a horse's
right.
eyes.
That's fine.
Lamar Jackson, go for the eyes.
I'm taking Broncos. It's gonna be great to be 2 full games ahead of everybody with my awesome picks.
Hey, I picked with you.
That's true.
Mhm.
I'll only be 1 ahead of you.
Yeah, but you're still gonna be down because you picked the Steelers too.
That's false. Buccaneers, Patriots.
Go
Go
Bucks.
Bucks.
Yeah.
And we lock in the Bucks.
Yeah, the Joe Bucks.
Yeah, I'll go Buccaneers.
Yeah. And Pirates would
Bucks.
definitely beat Patriots. I mean,
Oh,
Yeah, they
easily.
would.
Yeah, no,
Oh,
Without a doubt.
historically they did. I mean, really. so,
Right, yeah.
I watched Pirates of the Caribbean. I know how that ended.
Mm-hmm.
The
Johnny Depp killed George Washington.
That's right. That's how it goes.
Raiders. Oh, he's charging it up, dude. Wow, I felt that one.
Dude, I am picking the Chargers all
And
day.
the
I'm
Chargers.
also going the Chargers here, yeah.
Yep.
I don't know.
I mean, it is a home game for the Ravens, but I am picking the Chargers.
For the Ravens?
It's a home game for the Ravens?
I said Ravens. Dude, my
That's
joke was
amazing.
so funny though, and I said port wrong.
You said it wrong.
I mean, yeah, that would have been good, unfortunately.
That would have been good. Yeah.
This
Go
feels
Bucs.
like a game that the Raiders and the Chargers are gonna tie in. And so
Are you gonna do it?
I'm going
Do it.
for the tie.
Oh my
He
god!
did. All right.
First
Let's
tie
go.
of the
He's so
season.
confident that he's 2 games ahead.
Yep.
Yeah.
This is a tie, dude.
I'm
No
gonna
doubt.
take. I'm gonna take it. I'm gonna take it.
The Raiders, by the way, the Raiders have almost tied twice this year already.
They should have tied twice.
All right, I'm taking it. Chargers. Give me the
Chargers.
electricity. I guess electricity could outshock a pirate. They didn't have those.
Could outshock a pirate.
I'm
think
glad
a-
we
I don't think
had
a
good
pirate's gonna
legitimate
shock
comparisons
anything.
from.
All right, well that's it. Thanks for listening, everybody. Make sure you comment, like, subscribe, share this with everybody you know, and yeah, that's all we got.
This episode in particular, just like tell every single person you've ever met about it.
Yeah,
This is the
please.
one.
This is
Yeah.
the one. All right, see you later. Goodbye.
Uh,